Hello, everybody, and welcome to Redwood City, California, home of Electronic Arts, or EA, as the kids call it, right, Carrie Gooskos?
Absolutely.
Welcome to a very special episode of On the Spot. I'm your host, Rich Gallup. This is GameSpot's live show. We do every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific time. We play a lot of games that you haven't seen before. We talk about them. And today, EA is having a huge press event. So many games on hand. I think we have maybe like 10 demos lined up today. Maybe 10?
Crazy full number of demos.
So many. We're going to be seeing all the games. Battlefield, you're going to see in a second.
Yep.
NCAA Football, Madden, Tiger Woods, NHL, NASCAR. You name it, it's going to be here. Except for Team Fortress 2.
No!
Sorry, Carrie, you just got to see the big announcement. It's back from wherever it's been, or has it always been there and we just didn't know it? What was Valve's big announcement just maybe half an hour ago?
So Gabe Newell came onto the stage and was talking, and he said, well, we have 3 surprises for you guys. The first surprise was that it's all sort of regarding Half-Life Episode 2, Half-Life 2 Episode 2.
Right.
So the first announcement that he made was that they're shipping a single-player game along with it called Portal. And this game looked amazing. It was like just a puzzle game, kind of, but the whole technology was that you were using portals, in and out portals, to different things in the environment, whether it is to move yourself or move objects. And so he was showing all these crazy ways that you can solve different puzzles in the environment using portals. And it's just something that they're doing to test new technology. Mm-hmm. So it's not... they just put it out there as a game just to see how the technology is working, and it looks really cool, using portals like I've never really seen before to solve a bunch of puzzles. Mm-hmm. And so he said, second surprise is this, and he runs this trailer, and it's these different character classes, and we've seen all these character classes before, sniper, engineer, medic, all that stuff, and you're like, I wonder what this is. And this was with regards to the multiplayer for Episode 2. And then so they show all these character classes, and it's kind of cool looking because it's kind of this cartoony, like a little bit of a cartoony edge to it. Yeah. I'm like, this looks kind of neat. And then all of a sudden goes Team Fortress 2 across the screen.
Awesome.
And you could hear there was an audible gasp in the auditorium. I myself made one, and it was like, because it was amazing. I don't think I've actually uttered the words Team Fortress 2 in like 5 years or something. So it's incredible and amazing, and everyone was blown away. And then the third one was about their console strategy regarding future consoles, current gen, next gen consoles, and what they're going to do with Half-Life 1 and 2 on them. So a lot of really exciting announcements. It's coming out of Gabe Newell, especially.
Cool. Well, hopefully we're having editors right now scrambling to learn as much as possible about Team Fortress 2, so stay tuned to GameSpot. They'll be getting all the information they can. But right now, though, want to get some demos started?
Sure.
All right. Before you go.
Yes.
All right, you go over there. Obviously, everyone who's watching right now, send in all the questions you can using the form you see built in the player right now. We ask them here. We got laptops. It's crazy. The internet. It's magical. Right now, though, earlier today, our very own Ryan McDonald got to play and see a little bit of Battlefield 2142. Check it out.
Ryan McDonald over here in the Battlefield 2142 area. Standing by with me is senior producer on the game, Marcus Nielsen. How you doing, Marcus?
I'm all right. Good to see you again.
It's good to see you. We've seen the game a few times before. We saw you at E3. This is the first time we've seen all kinds of people playing the game and having a big fun time. Tell us what we're seeing today and where you guys have come since the last time we saw the game.
The game's come a long way. I mean, you saw it at E3. That was, pre-alpha. What you're seeing here today is pretty much alpha quality of the game. We're coming out this fall, so it's good for us to have reached alpha. The game's playing brilliantly, and I think it's interesting to see all these people, flooding in. EA showing a lot of products today, and we have a lot of people running up to 2142 to play Titan mode, which is one of the key things in this new game.
Let's go ahead and take a look at some of the games that you guys are playing over here.
Yeah.
What are we seeing?
So what you're seeing here is this guy is in the Pan-Asian Coalition hover tank. That's one of the differences, that they have technology which they can hover and the EU does not. And what you're seeing is basically this squad here now is trying to take over this missile silo. The missile silos in the game are needed to basically take down the shield around the Titan so you can assault the Titan. So it's basically, divided into a few different parts. Ground battle and then Titan battle.
Now, for the folks at home that don't know, what is the whole Titan mode about?
So Titan mode is really in the future. We have the aircraft carriers of the future. Basically, each army has one. The simple goal of the game mode is to take the other Titan out. But there's so much depth between just taking it out and defending your own. You need to, as I said, you need to attack the other one. You need to defend your own and keep a balance within your team to do all of the tasks that you need to win the game. So. It's very easy to understand, but to pull it off, you need to be creative.
Let's go ahead and walk down the line, and I have you tell us some more about this stuff. But this looks like some anti-aircraft action happening here.
Yeah, exactly. So this guy is really keying into one of the aircraft carriers up here. You can see the Titan. You can see missiles firing. You can see all that action that you pretty much only see in Battlefield games. Going out. We got 32 people on this server right now. This guy is watching, or is basically kind of guarding one of the missile silos, still shooting down air vehicles as they're flying by.
Now, earlier we were talking, and you said one of the keys to actually having a good, successful squad was having it balanced between, the actual members itself. So you have a good assault guy, you got a medic. I'm talking about the kits. It's always been a big part of Battlefield.
Yeah, that's always been true, really. You really want to equip your squad in a professional way, so you can do different tasks. But what we've done now is that with the new customization that we have, as you play this game more and you get up in rank, you're going to get more and more equipment. And therefore, squads are going to be more and more, well-tuned. And as these guys play more and more, they're going to tune their squads more and more. So you just want to have a diverse squad to be able to, encounter as many enemies as possible.
Down a little further on the line, these gentlemen look like they're running through some corridors. Are they actually in the Titan right there?
So these guys are in the Titan, and it's really tight. As you can see, you got bodies pretty much everywhere. But the key with this battle is really, we always had the model. What we wanted to achieve is kind of the first initial fight in Star Wars. I've said that in interviews before, but I want to emphasize on that, because when the Star Destroyer kind of sucks in that rebel ship, and you have these guys waiting for the stormtroopers in those corridors, anticipating, and they're very nervous. You can see that, and as the stormtroopers gonna breach that door, and the fight that evolves after that, that's what we want to achieve. And we've done it. We've done it. A small squad, 3-4 people, can hold out in those corridors for quite some time, and it's all about that. It's like, watch my back. Communication is everything.
That's fantastic. Now, one of the things you were talking about, I want to go see this walker. You got to see this walker over here. This gentleman's in the jet flying toward. But this walker, you want to talk about the walkers you got, because that's obviously one of the cool things.
So the walker is pretty much the identity of the game, if you want. So this guy zoomed out in third person, and you can see these are 2-person vehicles, and they are very, very powerful. They have anti-air, they have anti-personnel, and they have anti-vehicle weapons. And also, as you can see, they're quite maneuverable. They can walk through water, they can walk over stuff. So they are. But they're also very creative ways of taking them out as well. And they're not necessarily that dead easy to control either. You need to learn them, as everything in the BF franchise.
Now this looks like a vehicle that it takes some time to learn. This the flying stuff.
Yeah, and one of the big problems, not big problems, but one of the issues with BF2 was that the jets were really owning after a while. People got so good at them, which we like. People should get good at what we do, but they kind of tweak the balance to where it wasn't that funny for a lot of people. So what we've done in 2142 is basically giving more people the ability to fly. So it's easier to fly in this game. It's definitely more easy. So more people can get access to it.
Right.
But at the same time, with balance and we DICE, we know balance. We made sure that they're not as powerful or strong.
Right on. Now I'm about to let you go, but before I do, one of the things that you were talking about just a moment ago was communication. One of the new things you're showing, I guess, is the HUD and how that works. So if you see somebody, you were telling me earlier, it actually appears on your teammate screen?
Yeah, the networkable HUD is really, we haven't really shown that to people before, but what it does do is that if you're my squad leader, or if I'm in your squad really, and I see someone behind the building, I have visuals of him, it's gonna show up on your HUD. Awesome. So it's gonna basically give you a more awareness of where you are in the world and where the battles are coming along.
That's awesome. All right, I'm gonna let you get out of here.
Cool.
Thank you, appreciate it.
To you again.
Absolutely, we're gonna throw it back to the set and take it away.
Well, Marcus, Thank you for coming by. You were moments ago speaking with Ryan McDonald, and now you're here to answer some of the questions that have been pouring in from our users. So let's go ahead and just start getting right into it, okay?
Absolutely.
And the first one comes from Martin Foster from Glasgow, Scotland. Wants to know, are you changing any of the online features or adding new ones? So let's use this as an opportunity to talk about the changes you're making from Battlefield 2.
Yeah, so online features is really kind of broad expression, I guess. What we're adding a brand new game mode to the game. But when talking about online features, maybe we want to move into how we make it more accessible to people. How it's easier in this game to get into the game. The first page in the menu is really all about you. The awards you have, the rank you have, the favorite service you add, a friends list where you add your buddies and you can join the buddy servers just by clicking their names. So that is much more accessible and taking kind of online gaming for Battlefield to a new level.
Fantastic. Frederico Jesus from Oporto, Portugal wants to know, in Battlefield 2142, how many types of multiplayer? What are the modes like? Can you talk about that?
Absolutely. I mean, Battlefield has always been known for conquest, and we've done a really big thing already. Telling people about Titan mode, and Titan mode is what I do believe is going to be the predominantly played game mode for 2142. We've played it for so long in the office right now, and we're having a blast. It's just so much fun to play it because it adds another level to how you played Battlefield before.
So now, in that interview, you were talking about the different aspects of Titan mode, especially these Titans that you're kind of going after. Can you talk about how that impacts the strategy of the game?
So the strategy of the game is really, as always, it's a sandbox. We give people, a sandbox, and we put all these toys in, and you play with them as you want. You do whatever you want at any given point. What we do, adding kind of an objective to the end of the game mode, it's just, we know people want that. They want something to go after. You still have the option not to do it, but, if you do go for the Titan, you play as a squad and a team, you'll be more efficient.
Great. Alex Wexler from Atlanta, Georgia wants to know, how expansive are the environments, and are they larger than the maps in Battlefield 2?
So the map sizes as such, the actual landscape is as big as BF2. We learn constantly though, so we're trying to make more use of it. Mm-hmm. If you played BF2, you know that we didn't always use all the landscape that was there. Sure. We're trying to do a much better job there.
Can you tell me how, maybe? What is a specific example of how you would use it better?
It's just, level design wise, make sure that, the vehicles it's all about balance. Sure. Where bases are put, distance between them, how much armor you have or how much cover you have between those points. Trying to take, larger distances is a matter of level design.
Very interesting. Now, we have another question from Dmitry Myaskinov from the Summit. Is there going to be some sort of single-player campaign? Can you talk about that?
There's not going to be a single-player campaign, no. It's going to be the same, bot-based version that we had in BF2. Okay. However, it's going to be an improved bot-based, experience than from BF2 because we've had more time work on the AI and just making them react better. Also, we're adding a whole new vehicle. The Battle Walker needs to, learn how to be a Battle Walker in the game. So single player is fun. Absolutely, it's fun.
Very cool. So now that you've mentioned the Walker, you spoke briefly about the Walker. Can you tell me, for example, you didn't mention maybe one of the ways that you can take the Walker down?
So the Walker has weak spots.
Okay.
So the initial time you go in, you're well equipped, and you're just going to be eaten by this monster of a vehicle. However, as you learn, you talk to people, you're going to learn that it has weak spots. If you work as a team and you move closer to it, and if someone in your squad distracts you, you can get close. You can take it out quite rapidly.
Very cool. James Hidalgo from Hamilton wants to know, what's the max for players online? How many people? Do you have a limit yet?
So Battlefield, as always, supports up to 64 players, and we do that in 2142 as well.
Okay, very cool. Yazoo from Gresham. What is the difference in this game and between this and Battlefield 2 other than setting and obviously Titan mode? Are there any other differences, or what improvements have you made?
So, we've had a lot more time to work on this, obviously. Mm-hmm. So the game as such is highly improved. But, I think there are key aspects to the game. Titan mode is one, but the way we handled classes and basically persistence in this game is brand new to all franchise. Because when you play this game and you get more points, you're going to level up in rank and also then get more and more unlocks, kind of MMO-ish. So that is, altering the way you play it, and it's just going to make the choices you have much, much greater. And, to be perfectly honest, Battlefield is a game about choice always.
Speaking of choices, I know people can choose to use squad tactics or not necessarily. Joe from South Dakota is one person who wants to know, what are you doing with the squad maneuvers? Are you going to do something to make it so that people are required to use them?
No, not required, because we never want to force people. If you want to go in and play as a lone wolf, you do that. But, squads, it's really fun. It's fun to play in squads. If you don't do that now, do it. But we're giving people the ability to work together, to collect points together, to get to upgrades faster. We're also giving something I spoke about in that earlier interview, the networkable HUD. So if we're in the same squad, we're going to share information about where people are, basically making us much more aware of what people are in the world, making fighting easier.
Cool. So the question of the hour, which seems to be pouring in, one person who asked it is Derek Stone from Virginia. Will Battlefield be out on the PS3 and the Xbox 360?
There are no such plans.
Okay. And when can we see Battlefield 2142? When is it coming out? Is there going to be a demo or?
Q4 this year. I'm not going to go into detail. I'm going to be vague on the demo point. However,
all right.
however, if you look at what we did for BF2.
As a model.
As a model.
Well, thank you very much for coming by. I know you're about to head out and just show some more demos of the game, so I'll let you get to it. We have Rich standing by with yet another demo in our crazy demothon.
What do you mean yet another? We're just getting started right here, Carrie. What are you talking about? Thank you, Marcus. Thank you, Carrie. I'm standing right by now with Mike DeVault, producer of NASCAR 07. Hey, Mike, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome to On the Spot. Now, NASCAR 07, last year NASCAR 06, it was total team control. Now you're slimming down the name, NASCAR 07. What's new? What are the big features this year?
There's a lot of new features. Actually, one of the main things that we want to do this year right out of the box was bring the strategy of NASCAR to the forefront. So right away when you first play the game, you'll notice that you'll have to not only use strategy within the racing portion of the game, but within pit stops, within tire management and fuel management.
And you're reflecting that with these new driver rankings, correct?
One of the ways we're doing it is with the driver attributes, yes. So each driver in the game that the player can pick has a unique set of attributes per track type that relate directly to their real life kind of statistics.
Can we see some of the driver stats here so we can get some people upset about their guy not being as good as their other guy? Or?
Sure. Well, we have our cover guy here, Elliott Sadler, and since he's on the cover, we had to give him some props.
So he gets an A- there. I see that's pretty good.
Let's see here. We got our boy Jeff Gordon. He's pretty much A's across the board.
Go figure. Tony Stewart probably.
Some of the rookies, they're going to struggle a little bit. J.J. Yaley's had a great season, but
C+. Could use some improvement. All right, let's hop into a race. Do you want to take someone around the track for us?
Sure. Let's go. Let's take Elliott for a spin.
Is he your favorite, or do you
Elliott Sadler?
Because he's on the cover, or?
I like Elliott quite a bit. I'm a bit of a Gordon fan, but
nice.
I know people will hold that against me.
Yeah, I kind of like Tony Stewart, and that gets people upset at me too. But that's all right. All right, so you said you're bringing strategy into the game. Where you guys brought a ton in last year with the total team control. You can switch between members of your crew. You can bark out commands over the headset.
Right.
How have you added to that?
Well, one thing I wouldn't say that we've added a whole lot to the total team control aspect.
I just meant more to the strategy.
Well, in the strategy that we've tried to reflect in this year's game has to do with each individual driver per se. You can still swap cars, you can still give the commands through the communicator, and one of the strategies while you're racing with a particular driver is in dynamically updating his driver attributes. So the driver attributes that we just saw for Elliott Sadler, for example, you can dynamically affect those during the race. And that little, I don't know if the public can see that.
Oh, they can see everything right now.
That meter to the right center of the screen there.
It says 0%.
Right. So what that's going to reflect is how his attributes are changing, kind of how his adrenaline and his momentum is being affected during the race. So you see there I just made a clean pass. That's going to affect it positively. He just went up 1%.
I'm guessing if you do something bad, it'll go the other way.
Right. So I just hit a car there. It went back down to where I started from. So the key takeaway from all this is basically you can affect a driver's abilities based on how well you do during the race. So we used our skill point system to kind of tie into this. So as you make clean passes, draft with people, help out your teammates, your driver's ability is going to increase, and as such, his performance on the track will increase as well. So, you won't see a huge difference with a top-level driver because the range of improvement isn't quite as great. But
you take someone like JJ out there.
Exactly. So, and in order to kind of create an incentive to pick some of these guys who might be a little bit more of a challenge, we actually will allow you to invest skill points against those drivers, odds of winning. So each driver in the game has odds of winning, and you can take that driver, build his driver attributes up, win the race, win skill points, and win cash for your Fight to the Top career. So adds a little wrinkle to the progression of Fight to the Top, brings it into kind of our main game modes a little bit.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about Fight to the Top. Let's start with this question here from Dwight in Cape Cod. Well, what kind of features are added to the career mode in the game?
Well, the main feature that we've added to career mode this year is called the All-State Qualifiers. We wanted to throw a new wrinkle into the progression for Fight to the Top, and really what the All-State Qualifiers is Kenny Wallace is going to take you under his wing.
Nice.
And put you through a series of racing scenarios, kind of time trials, to see exactly where you kind of shake out in the world of racing. And based on, you'll get a series of medals based on how you do. And based on your average medal count, he will offer you a contract to drive one of the Richard Petty driving experience cars in either the Whelen Modifieds or one of the other different series, all the way up to Nextel Cup. So you could jump straight to Nextel depending on how good you do in the qualifiers. So
cool.
People really want to get in those Cup cars as soon as possible, so we give them a chance.
Feel free to take a couple more laps here. We want to challenge you. We want you to play the game while we fire questions at you. You'll see what kind of producer you are.
All right.
I think it'll be fine.
Multitasking.
Yes.
We're great at that, EA.
Our next question is from Rocky in Anaheim. Can you customize cars?
Well, you can customize your car in the sense that you can create a car, and you can also buy upgrades for your car and Fight to the Top. So, within the body styles of NASCAR, you can create a car, put different sponsors on it, create a paint scheme, create colors like that, and basically you can't start stretching car parts out.
Right.
We do have some restrictions with NASCAR, so but you can change a bunch of different colors, different car schemes, different sponsors, numbers, all that fun stuff.
I think this next question is from Art in Chicago. He speaks to more of the casual NASCAR crowd. One thing I like about NASCAR is crashes. How are the car crashes in this game?
Whew, there's a lot of car crashes.
Nice.
One thing that we definitely tried to work on this year, and I think the public will definitely see it, is our sense of speed is increased, and that definitely is going to make the crashes feel a lot more impactful. I'll script the wall here. We've changed our particle system, and our sparks, our smoke is improved for 07 as well. So that's all going to lead to some pretty unbelievable crashes.
Very nice, very nice. This is questions from Andy in Woodhaven, New York. Are there any online modes to the game?
Really, the online modes are the same as they were last year. So it's basically Race Now with 4 players, and really just want to put the core racing experience out there for the players, and people seem to enjoy racing online, so we didn't really want to tinker with that too much.
Really tough question for you. This is from Clayton in Ontario. He wants to know if you like the movie Cars.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. I haven't had a chance to go see it yet. We're just wrapping up on this.
I was about to say, you got some work to do, or?
Yeah, we've been putting in some long hours on this project, and I'd like to give a shout out to my team because they've been working super hard.
Are they working on it right now?
Yes, they are.
You guys are based in Florida, right? So
Yep.
it's kind of late. It's like
Orlando,
7:30 right there right now. Yeah, just about something like that.
Yep. So.
Well, you guys keep up the good work. When's the game coming out?
It comes up beginning of September. So.
And there's Xbox, PlayStation 2, and PSP version as well.
Yeah,
right?
the PSP version is going to be great. It's it's called NASCAR, only NASCAR, and we wanted to, make it its own game, and it really is. It's not just a port of this game, so it's
Hopefully
definitely.
We'll see it soon. You'll start rewinding some crashes and stuff.
Exactly.
Thank you very much, Mike. GameSpot's live attack of EA continues right now. Carrie's standing by with Kendall Boyd and NCAA Football. Take it away, Carrie.
Hi, yep, I've got Kendall Boyd here, who's product manager over at EA Tiburon. And you're going to show a little bit of NCAA Football, which is coming very soon.
Yes, we're actually going to be in stores this Tuesday, so we're going to be out on the 360, the PS2, PSP, and Xbox.
And so you've brought by the Xbox 360 version.
Yes, and we'll take a look at the 360.
Let's just jump right in.
Okay.
What are we looking at? Oh, I know what we're looking at, but...
Well, the first thing you're going to do when you boot up the game is you're going to have the ability to go in and select your favorite team, so you can scroll through. And if you look, you see there's Letterman patches, and this is just a little bit of the UI that's been implemented by the team, and they've done a really good job, so everything's got a real collegiate feel about itself. So we'll jump in and select Purdue.
So I'm going to go ahead and just ask you, what are the changes that you've made from last year? Obviously, the 360 version is new, but what have you done with the game over the year? What is the big new thing going on with the game this year?
Well, one of the big things we wanted to focus on this year is make sure that we could innovate, as we're going to be on the 360 for the first time, so we want to make sure we had a lot of features. So we also wanted to make sure that we had the Dynasty mode come over. 2/3 of our consumers, they find that is the most engaging, most exciting experience. But the one thing from both current gen and next gen that is standard all the way across is our new momentum system. So what this is and what our influence was last year's national championship game. So when you would watch that national championship game, momentum swung back and forth at the end, and all of a sudden SC was in a position where they pretty much had to stop Texas, or excuse me, the other way around, where Texas had to stop SC. They did that, and all of a sudden the USC lost the game, so Texas did win the national championship. So we wanted to bring that over and do that with the product this year, and we've done that with the new momentum system.
Well, they're basically on that momentum shift, but you had the USC guys here earlier, the marching band here.
The band's
so
here.
Are they okay with that?
Yeah, I mean, well, we've got Reggie on the cover, so Reggie Bush is our cover athlete, and he's been a really great spokesman for us, so we're happy about that.
Very cool. I'm just jump in and ask the first question right here. Andrew Lacroix from Ottawa wants to know, are there any mini games? Can you talk about the mini games?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. The mini games are really great. We've actually got 3 new ones. We've got Option Dash, and we've also got bowling, and we've also got Tug of War. So Tug of War basically acts as a momentum system as well. It's 4th down every time, and you get one opportunity to try to score. You can't kick a field goal, so it goes back and forth between yourself, so the first person to score the touchdown wins. And then on bowling, you get 10 frames, and so say you get 6 yards on your first carry, that's going to be a 6. And if you get sacked, it's just a gutter ball, but you want to get strikes and spares. So if you get 3 strikes in a row, we've got a turkey, but it's actually the Virginia Tech Hokie that comes out. So just a lot of stuff. We want to make sure it was fun, and we want to make sure if you don't have time to sit down and play a game for like an hour, you could jump in and get a quick fix for 5-10 minutes while playing the mini games.
That was very cool, like panning around there going on.
Yeah, absolutely. The stadiums is also something. So we went from on current gen, our current gen stadiums have around 5,000 polygons, and so our next gen stadiums are 150,000 polygons. So it allows us to do an incredibly detailed environments, which we're calling the living stadium, and we've got a new system also in there called Smart Fans. It's really cool technology in which we've got fully 3D modeled fans, and we've got a student section, an alumni section, and a visitor section, and they're all going to act dynamically and differently based on what goes on the field.
Very nice. So one of the questions I have to ask, our own Brian Eckberg is doing this feature, Football Friday, and he's releasing your top 25 over the course of the weeks. Yeah, it's a great looking feature too. So one of the questions that we wanted to know was, how do you guys determine the ranking for your 25? Because it isn't the same as like the BCS rating. So do you guys just get in a big room and argue, or how does that work?
Well, one of the great things about our team at Tiburon is we're all pretty much experts on college football. I mean, it's their passion, it's what everybody believes in, and so when you go around to Cubes, you'll see Florida banners hanging up, Iowa banners. So these guys are really hardcore and dedicated, and so we've got a bunch of guys who spend basically their whole time researching. So they'll research schools, they'll go online, we also work with ESPN, so we've basically got our own version of experts that come up with our top 25.
And one of the questions is coming in a lot, and you're showing the 360 version right here, and I personally have this question: what are the points like?
Oh, in terms of achievements?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of different stuff that you can go in. We want wanted to make sure that you could go in and if you get a certain amount of sacks or if you throw for like 400 yards. So it's all going to be tiered on basically how well you do within a game, and like right off the bat, when you first start playing, you'll start unlocking achievements. So it's a very rewarding, addictive thing that will make you come back more and more.
Oh, you don't have to tell me. I know all about how addicting points are. So another question from George Royal from England. Let's talk about the multiplayer and the online. Is there an online?
Yep.
What is it?
Yeah, so we have online as well. So you'll have head-to-head, and we also have been working on new systems in which you can work as groups in terms of partnering up with different people. We have that on current gen as well. And then we'll also be, one of the cool things we're really excited about is through Marketplace, we'll be able to have downloadable uniforms. So once we're out the door, a couple weeks, we'll start doing new uniform updates. And we've also got gamer tags. So if you're a University of Texas fan, you can go, you can download your wallpaper. You can also get a Texas mascot as your wallpaper. You can also get like a Purdue helmet as your gamer tag. So a lot of cool stuff for online that you'll be able to get through the Marketplace demo.
This is a personal question. Is that so if you say you're an OSU fan, is there some way that you could go online and find a Michigan fan and beat the smack out of them, or?
In terms of, you can go into the lobby and you can go into regions, and so you'll be able to find someone in your region, and that'll be the way you can hook up with them.
There's no way to find the biggest Michigan fan and just try to pummel them and defend your team.
Well, I think another good way you could do that is by just looking for those little icons. If you see someone with a Michigan helmet, chances are you can go head to head with those guys.
Very cool. So let's talk about Campus Legend mode. What systems is that available on? Can you talk about it? Or?
Yeah, that's on PlayStation 2 and Xbox. Actually, Campus Legend is like a RPG type. It's a single-player mode in which the user is trying to become the most popular person in school history. So you'll take consideration like, are you an academic All-American, and that's based on the fact that you got to maintain GPA, and you'll be able to take tests that will range from anything that's hard like chemistry, or you could even go in. We've had a lot of fun with like ESPN, so you can have like ESPN history. So what's like Stuart Scott's, where's his alma mater, stuff like that. So if you maintain your GPA, you do well. You want to also balance out going to practice, working on your attributes, and then at the end, you find out if you were one of the most prestigious guys in school history, and then move on to Madden.
How hard are those questions, like those chemistry questions?
They're pretty hard. Yeah,
really? So it's a real risk for someone to pick.
It's a fun thing though. So one of the cool things is you can actually work with a tutor, and so you can get sample test questions, and so you can do things that are really easy, and then there's like moderate questions, and then there's difficult questions.
Okay, very cool. And so I guess the better questions are going to do a lot more for you.
Yeah, they're actually going to improve your attributes. So you can say you do something for sports medicine, it might help your health status better. So
this game is coming out on Tuesday.
Yeah.
People just run out and get it, so it's practically.
Yeah, it's just like a DVD release, so it'll be in stores everywhere. So it's we're really excited about it.
And to reiterate, what systems is it coming to?
Xbox 360, the Xbox, PlayStation 2, and the PSP.
All right, well, thank you so much for coming
Great.
by.
Thanks, appreciate it.
I'm going to let you get back and start talking to other people about the game.
Absolutely.
We got Rich standing by with another demo. Let's see what it is.
Thank you, Carrie. I'm standing by right now with actually Dean Richards, producer of NHL 07. Dean and I actually, while you guys were playing your football there, we were just watching an interview I shot of him back in 2003. Now, in between now and then, you've actually been producers on a couple different sports games, right?
Yeah, I went from hockey. 04 was my last title there. Then I went to FIFA, and then last year I was on NBA Live, current gen, and now
Now you're back on the best sport of them all.
Back on the best sport of them all. I was fighting my way to get back, and finally I'm back.
And we've got NHL 07 here for the Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And you guys have done some craziness with the controls, haven't you?
Well, yeah. I mean, our whole goal is just, we're moving to the next gen world, and we just said to ourselves, look, we just got to do something that really feels like next gen. And hockey's one of those sports that just totally lends itself to the dual analogs. So
totally.
So one of the things that we really wanted to push was, how can we give that ultimate freedom of expression to users and get that sense of what it's really like to be out on the ice. Similar to like SSX did on snowboarding, you might not have to know how to snowboard, but they did a great job of that sense of speed of going down a mountain. We wanted to bring that feeling to people who maybe have never skated, what it's like to be an NHL player.
Cool.
And the way we've done that is literally you play the whole game with the analogs, where
Let's
the
do
left
it.
is your skate.
I don't believe you.
You don't believe me?
Left
All right.
is the skate and right is what?
Right is your stick.
I don't believe you.
Yeah, no more face buttons. So what we're going to do is go into one of the exciting modes that we have this year, which is shootout, which is NHL brought that in this year, and it was an exciting moment in hockey.
Everyone's got shootouts on their mind now, thanks to the World Cup too, obviously.
Yeah, no doubt. I think this is a little bit more exciting.
Any headbutting going on in this game?
You know, accidental headbutting maybe, I don't know. But we're going to show you off, and you might want to just see kind of graphically where we are, because it's a stunning game. So we're just going to load up here. It's going to get into a bit of the load screens.
You're playing as Edmonton, right?
I'm playing as Edmonton.
Good,
you know, I'm a
choice.
Canadian boy, so you know I can't. You know, I gotta stick true to the colors. You know, it's funny because in Vancouver, even though we didn't even make the playoffs, you still have that Canadian pride when
I was rooting for Edmonton just because I'm upset that Carolina left Hartford. You know?
Yeah, no
Bring
doubt.
the whale back.
It's one of the best jerseys around, isn't it?
It is, definitely.
Can't beat that. So as you go, you'll see what the graphics we have here.
There you go.
Everything is dynamic. There you have some skate spray. Right in on Cam Ward there. Just looking at Alice Shemsky, I mean, just the game is beautiful. So to see if you want to believe what I want to do here, I will hold this up, and literally I can stick handle live.
With the analog
With
stick.
the analog. Oh, if I want to roll it, how magical is that?
Awesome.
That control. Okay? I want to take a slapper, pull back, and I can push forward. Okay? So everything you want to do, hey, I want to do a spin, I just drive that around, and there he goes.
Oh, awesome.
So I can walk in and for the first time feel like I'm actually going in on a breakaway. If you want to see this replay, realistic puck physics, wherever it hits, it's live. It gives crazy bounces. It's super dynamic. The goaltenders is something that we really focus our attention on. They in a physical space. They have to actually cover the puck up. There's no more pucks that suck into the goalie. It's live all the time. And there's one just right off the post there, is that they physically have to close their glove on it now, which is pretty amazing.
It's not just like if it's in the glove part.
No, they actually have to close it and squeeze it. So we'll just go through a couple of things dynamically here.
You go
As
right
you
ahead.
see Ryan Smith go around, dynamic skate trails. As you can see, he's grinding the ice. You can see the skate trails left.
Cool.
You can see he's stick handling. Goalie's following me. I'll take a wrist shot here. Okay.
Now, how did you take a wrist shot?
Just push forward.
That's all it is?
That's all it is. So we've taken, there's a goalie right there, has to cover it up. So it's live there. We'll just go into replay here and show you a couple of things. So obviously he's grinding around on the ice. And we'll focus in on Mr. Smith's face so we can get a good look at graphically of where we're at.
That's him.
That's him. And so as we come in on where he is, you can notice that not only do we have that, we have a little bit of stick flex. You can see I did a quick shot, so there's not much bend in the stick.
But
you load that up, and you get way more stick flex, a lot more power. So not only do we have the control that the user wants, it actually feels like you're leaning into a shot. And as you can see, the goalies, their pads, their leg pads are actually separated from their leg now. So they flush, they twist like a butterfly goalie and flush to the ice. And you know, that's just a beautiful look right there. They're one of the coolest characters around. And there you go. And as you can see,
it's loose right there.
He actually has to try to make another save. He actually plants his skate to get himself in position, covers up, and actually puts his glove on the puck. So right there you have the dynamic and kind of capturing that spirit of hockey. And for the first time, users will feel, I'm out on the ice, I have the ultimate freedom of control. So here I'll just come in and I'll take a slap shot. We'll see what that looks like.
Yeah.
Where do you want me to put it?
High blocker.
High blocker?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll see what happens. These guys come out and challenge. One of the things is there's lots of differences in the goaltenders too. So a guy like Hasek will flop around a lot more. A guy like Brodeur will have more of a stand-up style. A guy like Cam Ward will be butterfly, a lot controlled. So here we go. We'll just take a slapper off the blocker.
Nice.
So as you see in the replay,
over the shoulders where
I just didn't quite get up.
That's fine.
It was going to get there. He challenged me hard.
He came out far.
So we'll see what kind of, you know, you can do your basic, come in and take your shots, or you can have the depth of coming in and do like a Todd Bertuzzi spin, backhander, all that kind of stuff. So really we wanted to bring into the user's hands, no more scripted stuff. If you can think it, you can do it. And that's kind of the motto we had going into this game. So let's see if I can get a goal here.
Yeah, I think you're due.
Okay, Joffrey Lupul, there we go, shelf. Have you ever seen that before in your life in a video game? Never have you had that control? Trust me, I played hockey since I was 4 years old. That's amazing. Watch this, pull it to the backhand.
Analog sticks. Oh, looks like it went off the goalie there.
It went off the pad and deflected up in the top corner.
Now this is all great in a shootout sense.
Yeah.
Can we see how it will work in a 5-on-5?
You bet. We just wanted to get in there. There's a goalie. Yeah, he's excited. He just won the shootout. Everyone's piling off. So we'll head off into.
At least they won something, I guess.
Yeah.
Now, the question has to be asked, we're watching the Xbox 360 for, hey, achievement unlocked. That leads into my question perfectly.
Yeah, we have about 26 or so achievements that you can unlock through various things, and obviously winning a shootout unlocks that for us. So,
nice.
I'll go in as, let's see, Vancouver.
If you want to get Boston in there, I wouldn't mind.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't mind.
Hey, I'm here for you.
They have this new defenseman who I'm a big fan of.
Oh, he's some small guy, isn't he?
He's like I think he's only 6'8".
I think he's 6'9", to be honest with you. I mean, I like I said, I played hockey in my life. Coming down on a 6'9" defenseman, I mean, he's poking you at the end of the ice.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just incredible. So,
While you get this game fired up, can we ask some questions
you
from the
bet,
crowd?
you bet.
All right, this first question is from Alex in Toronto. He wants to know, this is great, all these controls. How do you pass?
The pass is actually off the trigger.
Okay.
So literally your hands don't leave the analog sticks and everything's passed off the trigger.
Do the face buttons do anything?
They change your strategies if you want.
Can you hit with the analog stick?
Oh, that's how you hit.
Awesome.
So literally nothing comes off here. Now I will say, for all the hardcore guys that have been playing for 10 years, we do offer the classic control, so you can go in and change and go to the buttons, but you won't have the kind of controllability you have with the dual analog. So I think we'll hopefully change your mind that you'll want to play this way.
Now you mentioned the classics.
Yep.
Last year's game, you guys were awesome. You slipped in NHL 94 in the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah, well, obviously that's PlayStation. This is the Xbox 360.
Right, but I'm saying in the other versions of this game, are we going to be able to see something like that again? Or?
Well, honestly, I kind of know that the studio in Montreal is actually doing the game in all the current gen versions. So those guys would be better to answer for me because we're in Canada here. We're only for the 360. So, there's a nice hit there. And as you can see, the puck is quite loose because, and there you go, the goalie has to actually reach over and pick that up. You can see that the puck feels a lot more free. Mm-hmm. So when you actually deke somebody, you actually have to go right and left, right, pull moves off because. And that way you get the sense of, I actually just did that. It's not a can deke. And during any time of those, you can get hit. And during any time of those, you can get hit and the puck's just loose. So you'll see a lot of the pucks be loose. So
when we're watching the game here, sports editor Brian Eckberg, he wanted me to mention that he's a big fan of you guys. Had a lot of icons on the screen last year.
Yeah.
And those have been cleaned up.
Yeah, well, like I said, right at the start of the year, we wanted to be as authentic as possible. And we wanted the feel and control that you will, I'll just pause it here for a second, where you actually get a feel that Martin St. Louis driving up the ice, and you can actually visually see it. We have all authentic equipment, so if your tongue is outside of your socks, it's outside of your socks.
Nice.
If you have the right, your pant, like Jagger holds it up, rises his pants up a little bit, we have that. Thin shin pads. You visually can see people out on the ice of who they look like, and we wanted to have an organic feel. So we actually, remove the button that actually speed bursts. It's actually driven by analogs. So if I hold up, you'll see a guy pick up speed, and he'll go one-handed. So if you're in a straight line, the faster guys will get up into their top speeds faster than everyone else.
Nice little burst there from Treese.
Yeah. So there's one off the skate in the air. As you notice right here, we'll just go on a replay quickly. So this puck is live. Went off his skate real hard. Actually off his stick as he brought it up.
Oh, nice.
So there's a live puck in the air, lands. I pick it up. Watch the goalie's movement here. He's actually beat. In the past, he'd magically slide over.
Right.
He actually has to stretch and kick out to try to make that save, and I just missed the net.
How do you guys go through and figure all of that out? What's the process involved in that? You're just like, I would really like this to be done to a game, and then...
I think as a producer, I close my eyes and hope for the best.
You put it on a piece of paper.
And hopefully it works out. So, we have a crack team, so there's...
Oh, nice shot.
So that felt great. I just leaned into that shot. So I'm sorry, I got excited over my... So, I mean, we have guys that, like, we have guys like, we have a couple of guys that have played at the college level and people have played pro hockey and stuff. So we have a lot of knowledgeable guys on the team. So being in Canada, too, as you see him just lean into that shot. See how the stick bends a lot more right there? Like, that's just beautiful. And that's driven dynamically. And right there, right off the crossbar, beat the goalie high. So that could have bounced off and in, whatever. But we have, and being a Canadian company, we have a lot of passionate people. It's like pretty diehards, that are that make this game, and it's actually a lot of fun to be a part of. A lot of creative people are involved. So here's a breakaway, pull, backhand. Couldn't stuff it in. He poke checked me.
Now, there have obviously been a lot of changes in hockey with the new rules this last season.
Yeah.
And it seems like it took some teams a little while to figure out how to take advantage of those. Did you guys find yourselves thinking the same way?
Well, actually, last year they got a lot of those rule changes in. We found, we really approached this, like I said, right at the start, to be as authentic as possible. Mm-hmm. And, the challenges are being on a 360 and just what we could never do on the current consoles to be able to do now. So one of the things that is cool too is we have a thing called vision control, mm-hmm. Where you hold down the left analog, as you can see, or the left trigger, sorry, and I can always be facing forward. So
cool. So
if I pass it off here,
do some clock drills. So
it'll happen right there. See, I'm always facing forward.
Cool.
So you have the ability, on a power play to strafe the blue line and do what you want to do there.
There's a ton to this game, Dean.
I mean, we only have 5 minutes. I will say this,
yeah.
That in Dynasty, this isn't your classic game that doesn't have the depth. We have all new features. We have all the collective bargaining agreements. We have two-way contracts. We have waivers. We have all the goodness that the real authentic hockey has. And we've added a thing for player progression where it's called player leveling. And you want to keep your veterans happy, so what do they want? They want confidence.
Right.
Have to keep their confidence high. If their confidence isn't high, they'll want to ask for a trade.
They want to be traded to
right?
Colorado. So
and your rookies, you want to keep their experience up. And the only way you do that is actually how they perform on the ice, which is really, so right from top to bottom, we want to be as authentic as possible.
When's this game coming out?
In September 12th is our ship.
You're going to have to come by on the spot again before then. So
maybe I'll swing by in a couple hours because there's just too much to show.
You're sure? Once we're done the show, we'll leave the 360 right here?
And you guys can tape as much as you want. We're super proud of this. We're really excited. I think this is the next generation of hockey.
Well, thank you very much, Dean.
No problem. Thanks, Rich.
GameSpot's live coverage of EA's press event here this summer continues right now. Earlier this week, actually, Ryan McDonald got to run around and get a tour of this immense facility. Check it out.
Our facility, some of the great games that we've created, and give you a little glimpse into electronic arts. Welcome to Electronic Arts. We're very proud to be celebrating our 25th anniversary in November of this year. A way to celebrate what we have accomplished and the milestones that we've been through is to have some of our memories encapsulated on this wall. This is our EA Museum of History wall, and it talks about all of the milestones that we've gone through and all of the hurdles that we've overcome. So this first panel talks about electronic arts roots. We started out in 1982. We were the brainchild of Trip Hawkins over at Apple Computer. This photo up here is Trip and two of the first employees staring in different directions with binoculars. This is the first view into EA. Designers and developers kicking back what they usually wear, which of course is black leather. Some of our first games are also on this panel. Also our first sports game, which was one-on-one basketball. Julie serving Larry Bird were the first two celebrity athletes to work with us. We created this wall to show a copy of every game developed and distributed by Electronic Arts. We've averaged approximately 15 to 25 games per year, times 3 to 8, depending on the console or the platform the game is supported by, and then multiplied by the number of languages each game is in. For example, The Sims 2 has been in 20 languages. So you can see that 15 to 25 very quickly becomes hundreds. Here we are in the lobby of our studio building at our Redwood City campus. Once again, recognition of our teams and their accomplishments is really important. any video game or movie they wish to check out. There's over 14,000 pieces of media here in our resource center. The idea being to provide employees access to what all of our competitors are doing, and also to provide something fun to do during our weekends. So we're standing in our sports bar. What's special about this conference room is that it contains something signed by every celebrity athlete who's appeared in our products. So we have signed Ball by Brown Madden. We also have several signed photographs, jerseys, helmets, and sports equipment by all the athletes who've been in our product. Sorry I can't take you upstairs when we make the games, but you'll get a glimpse of all the games coming out at the Electronic Arts Studio Showcase. And hopefully get to see some trailers and some demos. And have a great time. Again, I'm Julie Lynn, Electronic Arts, so bye.
And we are back here. This is a live program, everyone. We got a lot of stuff going on. We just got an email where someone said, this isn't a live show, but it is. And right now, standing by is Carrie Guskos with a demonstration of NFL Street 3. Carrie?
What do you mean it's not live?
It's totally live!
It couldn't be more live. And live with me right here is Nick Lang. He's a producer on NFL Street 3, which was announced like yesterday? It was just
brand
announced?
New.
Oh, brand new. So you've actually got a build of the PS2 version.
Yep.
Let's just jump right in. Let's see what's going on. So NFL Street, there's been 1, there's been 2, this is 3.
Yep.
And 2 came out a little while ago. So what have you done to improve the game in the year and a half since or so?
Well, you know what we're working on right now is really the getting back to the arcade roots. We want the controllability, the reactive play, something that you wouldn't have in a sim like Madden or NCAA. We want to focus on big hits, high energy, lots of action.
I'm gonna smash fools in the face.
Yes.
Okay.
We have added plenty of new tackles.
All right. So new tackles is new.
We've got a lot of new tackles. Actually, as I'm going to show you here pretty soon, we've got a jumping dynamic, something that is controllable by the user. Anytime you want, you can jump up into the air and do certain moves, still continue the gameplay. It also helps you get up into the collectibles, which you see right up there. I should probably preface this with the fact that we're a few weeks before alpha, so I can't be fully responsible for the kind of experience we're about to have.
All right. That's all right. Well, we won't hold it against you. It was just announced yesterday, so
right.
So this is great. Thank you for bringing this on by. So let's see. What are we seeing right here?
All right. So I picked the environment in Texas. I mean, it is a street, so we play wherever we want, as long as the refs aren't there and we can get the football being thrown. We've got Super Bowl teams right now playing with the Seahawks. I'll show you right away. We've got jumping in the game anytime you want. Of course, still got the tackles up against the walls, stuff that kind of keeps the excitement there, because the walls are not only there to be jumped on or be tackled against, they're also to jumped on.
Okay.
Sorry.
Oh, that's
So,
fine.
I'm supposed to be playing the game and I'm having a good time, but I'm going to get excited here pretty soon. So
I want to see you get excited. I want to see you get excited.
So we work out of Tiburon. We're Madden and NCAA, and we play NFL Street. We play football games all the time. Kendall was just on talking about how it is what we do. And playing this game, it can get exciting. It can get exciting. A lot of it has to do with a lot of that stuff, a lot of the special aerial moves, which you can pull off. You increase your style points to do what I think you're going to ask me here pretty soon, the game breakers.
Yes,
right?
You preempted my question. That's
well,
not fair. All right, go ahead.
I'm new at this, so.
No, well, you're doing great. So all right, so game breakers, what has the progression come?
So if you see down there in the bottom corner, we got the blue bar that's filling up. Let me just quickly get through this. The blue bar is filling up. We get to increase the meter, and it gives us what are game breaker tokens. Essentially, that's all that's about the same from Street 2. Street 2 sort of had the non-interactive cutscene. For us, we've got tokens that are completely controllable. The excitement here is that rather than just having the ability to fire off a special game break, which puts you into game God mode or just show you a non-interactive cutscene, we've got the ability to pull off stuff that you would normally pull off, but now it's like a super move. So the token down there in the bottom, see if I can fire one off right here. Let's see if I can wait.
So this is one level of game breaker instead
Right.
of having 2, but the game breaker is completely different.
Right. If you want to think about it as we've got simple moves that happen throughout the game. You've got your stiff arm and your juke and your spin. We've added on to that with a game breaker level, where You've got stiff arm, juke, spin, and also the jump now, where it is a heroic event.
Right.
And hopefully, since I play this game every day, I can show you at least one.
You'd be surprised. See, that's another proof that this is live. The game playing just goes out the window when you're playing live, I know.
So actually, I did only talk about offense, but it's also on defense as well. You've got a lock-on interception and a lock-on tackle. So it helps even the playing field. I'll be Hasselbeck right here and see if I can fire off there. We've got the lock-on tackle. We fire in. We can get a jump on the play. Helps out.
So I'm going to take a couple questions here from our
Absolutely.
users. Are you all right?
Let's go.
Tim Preet from Mississauga wants to ask me the question that I want to know. Is X to the Z in this game? Who is someone going to take us through the game? Who is it?
Well, to be honest, we did retire X to the Z because we wanted to bring it back to the NFL players.
Okay.
The game is really about the NFL and the players and how they get to act when the refs aren't around.
All right. So another sort of humorous question from Overheat in Europe. Does this game have any sweet injuries? I want to see limbs flying.
Well, we did have a lot of added animations to help work with the new jump mechanic.
Okay.
We've got a lot of things that happen. So we've big hits that you would never see in a sim game. We have giant collisions in midair. We have new collisions against the wall. So the big hits are in there.
Right.
We do not remove limbs.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all right.
We're
Maybe
nice.
we don't want to see like professional players being dismembered. Maybe they wouldn't want to see it either. Are you still talking trash and stuff with them though?
There is plenty of trash talking.
That's what we all like to see.
It is true.
So on the question of this jump mechanic, John Muniz from Corpus Christi, Texas. How many times can you jump per play? Can you bunny hop per se?
You could definitely bunny hop, but it drains your turbo, and it is not the most effective way to get downfield. I mean, it's still football. You get the ball in your hands, and you drive down the field. If you wanted to bunny hop, you are not going to get very far. I mean, there is a balance issue for that. We get a lot of exciting stuff happening with the jumps, but we will be very careful that you cannot get a exploit out of it.
All right, fantastic. Another question from Austin John in Edmonton. Is there a new NFL challenge? What are the different game modes available?
Well, the main game mode available is called Respect the Street. That's it. There we go. The main game mode is Respect the Street. Like I said, it's all about the NFL and the players and what happens when the refs aren't around, and essentially what's left. You got respect. So with respect, we earn these points. We are allowed to then call the shots, maybe call a game mode, spot some points, get some more respect out of it. And as you work your way through amateur teams, player-led teams, and then NFL teams, ultimately to be basically the best on the street.
A lot of questions coming in about unlockable characters. Greg from Temulka, California wants to know, are there unlockable characters? Can you give us any hints?
We do have the legends. I'm sorry.
You just announced the game. Can you tell me all about it right now?
Absolutely. All the secrets right here. How much time do we have? We do have a NFL Street staple, which is the legends, and they are ultimately unlockable. As far as other unlockable things, we have an interesting aspect. The Respect the Street mode has unlockable plays. Once you get to a certain level, your respect points I talked about go up. Then somebody, probably one of these, some of the NFL superstars will come to you and say, you know what, you earned a lot of respect. Try these new plays. And so you get to unlock some new run plays and some new pass plays, some trick plays, stuff like that.
A couple people want to know a little bit more about these tokens, like Ross from Chicago. Could you talk a little bit more about what the tokens do? I don't want to interrupt your career right now.
Can we play that back?
Yeah, what?
Around the world, baby.
So, tokens. What are all the different, can you give us a little more about the tokens? What else can you do with them? Like different moves within the tokens. So you said there's stiff arm and all that stuff kind of available.
Sure. So tokens are basically just game breaker. We've got, and if you think of it as just another level, one thing we should probably talk about is the style moves that were in Street 2 are still there. They still play a role. So they're just they are another level that you can use. You don't need a token to do a style move. The other thing, as far as tokens, all in the game, general football moves have a super level. You use a token for it.
Okay, cool.
That's a long way around to say yes, I think.
Yes. I'll talk more about tokens. So one more question. Daniel Falconer from Stanford, Florida. What's with the environments? What are the different environments that you have? Can you throw the ball because there's a covered area. Can you throw the ball high, and how does that work?
Well, this particular arena does have a covered area. It takes place in an airplane graveyard in Texas. We are all over the country. to sort of get little smatterings of other NFL cities. We've got Detroit, Super Bowl city. We've also got San Francisco here. We also have New York, Buffalo in the snow, Chicago underneath the L train. So this one is surrounded by.
So it's really loud there.
It is very loud. Actually, the train passes over, gives a little bit of shadow and shake going on. It's very interesting. But each field is different, so you might have to play each field differently. This one is surrounded on both sides by a wall. Chicago actually only has the pillars, so your strategy changes from field to field.
Very cool.
Unlike the sim games,
Right.
Always the same.
All right, so this is coming to the PS2 and the PSP.
PS2 and PSP.
Any other announcements or any other plans or nothing?
Hey, do you want me to give away secrets?
Sorry. I know you just announced the game. I appreciate you coming by and bringing the game. Yes, I want more. But you can bring this by on the spot sometime. Hopefully, we'll try to drag you back to the show when we're back in our normal studio and things aren't so crazy.
Oh no, the crazy stuff makes me exciting.
You really? Oh, okay. Well, so we'll let you get
otherwise,
back.
this would be really boring, and I would be playing the game and ignoring you.
Well, that's no good. So I'll let you head back into the masses over there, the throngs, and show off your demos. Thank you so much for bringing the game on by. I think we have Rich over with another demo. So let's see what's going on.
I think you're right, Carrie. We do have another demo.
That's great.
I don't know. What are the odds? I think we have maybe like 5 more demos to go. We're still going strong here as GameSpot takes over EA during On the Spot. I'm joined right now by Micah Loups, producer of Tiger Woods 07. How's it going, Micah?
Good.
Welcome to the show. Sorry, my hand's a little sweaty.
That's all right.
We've been here a while. We're going to be a while longer. So Tiger Woods, if there's any game that'll look pretty on an Xbox 360, it's a golf game.
This is it.
Let's see it.
All right. So basically, what we're going to look at here is Firestone 16. This is Tiger 360. I'll just load up the whole. One of the main things, while the hole's loading, one of the main things we did this year is boost our content. So last year we shipped with 6 courses.
Right.
This year we're shipping with double.
12.
So we have 12.
Nice.
The 6 are coming back from last year. We're adding 6 more. These are key licenses from Bandon Dunes, which is probably, the epitome of resort golf, all the way up to St. Andrews, which is the epitome of,
all that is golf.
That's the home of golf right there, right? So. We have 25 total characters, 15 of them licensed. Notable ad on the licensed character front is Annika.
Yep.
So we have
got that in all caps right there.
We got Annika in the game this year, which is great. She's going to take on the boys,
Nice.
So looking at the game here, the other key thing is crowds. Obviously, you'll notice.
There's a lot of people there.
There are a lot of people here.
Yeah.
You may have noticed, or you may know that we had crowds last year. This time we're just blowing it out. So basically we have 3 times the number of crowds going on. And the other big thing is Tiger. We have gone out and basically created the best looking character in a video game.
It looks just like him.
It is. It
is him. Tiger is in our television.
It is him.
Yeah.
No, that is him. It's a technology that was developed up in our studios up in Canada. UCAP, Universal Capture Technology.
Nice.
So what we're looking at is just the culmination. I mean, this is cutting edge stuff right here.
Well, as Kevin Costner would say, let the big dog eat.
All right, so I'm going to bomb one down the fairway here, and let's see what Tiger thinks about it. So, back to the crowds. Crowds are head tracking. Got picture-in-picture going,
nice.
Little broadcast style. And let's take a look at Tiger's reaction so we can get a good look at his face.
Humble as always.
Yeah, really. So, one of the big things with with any video game where you're trying, where your cover athlete is so well known,
right?
For instance, Tiger has the $1 million smile, and getting that $1 million smile into the video game was always it was just difficult.
Now, Tiger Woods was the first game, I think, that had the game face technology, right? A couple years ago.
Right.
And so can everyone have the Tiger Woods $1 million smile now, or just he get it?
Right now, it's just Tiger.
Okay, that's fine. It's fair enough.
Well, I mean,
it's his smile.
He is on the cover.
Yeah.
So, so the other big thing on crowds we have is they head track, as you can see there.
You can see that right there in the background.
And they also follow the action in mass. So while he's sort of waving to the crowd.
Stay up.
It's not going in the water. You can see them start taking off.
They want to get the good spot near the green.
They're running up to the green right now to get to pack the green for your next shot.
Now, in your creative career or creative character, I'm sorry, do you get the tiger-sized crowd automatically? I'm guessing no.
Yes.
Oh, you do?
Yes, you do.
Awesome. So you make your guy. Everyone.
Well, maybe you're not going to get the big crowds right off the bat, but no, before long.
It won't just be like your mom watching.
It won't be your mom.
Okay.
No. I mean, your mom may be out there. You could probably pick her
But she'll
out.
have friends.
She will.
All right, good.
A few buddies.
All right, now also you guys have changed the swing a little bit this year, right?
So yeah, this is a big gameplay element right here. So what we're looking at is what we're calling true aiming. It's represented by a circle. This circle changes in size depending on what club you're using.
Okay.
So something we've never had before in golf or in our game is the difference between hitting a 2-iron and hitting a pitching wedge. Anyone who plays golf knows that hitting a pitching wedge, you can be a lot more accurate with a pitching wedge than you can a 2-iron. Most people don't even carry 2-irons in their bags for that very reason.
They're hard.
Right. So we basically reflected that in the aiming circle. So right now I have a pitching wedge. You can see my circle.
And you're Tiger Woods.
And I'm Tiger Woods.
Which doesn't hurt.
No, it doesn't. So that's the other key element of this true aiming. Anyone familiar with our career mode? Basically, you create your game face character, and you start out rather underpowered, not necessarily ready to take on Tiger right out of the box. So you got to go prove yourself. So your circle is going to be a lot larger than Tiger's circle.
It'll be in the fairway, maybe, hopefully.
Depending on the course. Depending on the course.
Well, let's see how Tiger does right here.
David, this one is. Can you believe that?
It's a pretty shot.
Thank you.
Did you play the game before?
Just a little bit.
Now that you're only 9 feet out, have you changed anything with the putting this year as well?
The putting is basically we just kind of honed in on what we had last year. Last year we kind of switched it up. We're letting the feature kind of settle in a little bit. I think it's probably the best putting mechanic I've ever played with. Obviously, I'm biased, but you really get the sense of reading the green, which is basically what putting's all about, and putting the right stroke on the ball. So you can make fine-tune adjustments to your power based on how far you take the club back, and then you have the grid there to sort of help you read the green a little bit.
This is for Paul.
Looks like you could use a little more time to read the green there.
Wow.
You're answering questions.
I just wanted you to see Tiger's reaction.
That's good. How is now I want to see yes, that's what I was looking for. I was actually going to ask you to do.
You hadn't seen a negative reaction.
Yeah, that's what
yet.
I wanted. I want to see will Tiger get upset? Will he?
I'm just filling out the whole animation cycle.
Are you ready for some questions from our crowd?
Go ahead.
All right, cool. Our first question is from Keir in Vancouver. He wants to know a little bit more about the people watching the game here. If you hit a ball into the gallery, will they react accordingly?
Yes, they will. We've done a couple things. Last year, people may have been surprised that when they hit an errant shot and it collided with the spectator, that they actually reacted as opposed to having the ball pass right through them. Honestly, that provided hours of entertainment on the development team.
Nice.
But this year, they will react accordingly depending on where you hit them. So if you hit them in the leg, they're going to hold their leg, hop up and down. Groin shot, head shot.
Can you get the Happy Gilmore style where the ball ends up on the giant guy's foot and you have to shoot it off his foot, play it where it lies?
No.
That's too thus far, shooter.
Although I'll make a note of that one.
All right, cool. Here's a question from Derek. The Tiger Woods series, although it's known for both its professional golfers, you find there's also you guys work in some pretty good characters. What kind of fictional people are going to be in this game? He wants Happy Gilmore, but I'm just going to make the question a little more broad than that.
He wants Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we have, anyone familiar with our franchise knows that we're not afraid to, go out on a limb and create some pretty outlandish characters.
That Scottish guy can bomb.
The Scottish guy, yes.
He can hit the ball far.
Yes, he can.
Big hitter.
Actually, we have a very similar character this year named Alexi. He's a weightlifter.
Nice.
He yells out blood-curdling screams every time he hits the ball.
Awesome.
He's not a very good putter, but he hits the ball a long way.
Who needs the putt? That's what scrambles are for.
No, to answer the question, we have a number of outlandish characters.
Cool. This next question is from Samantha, also in British Columbia. She wants to know, are there any mini games in Tiger Woods?
There are a number of mini games. We have what we're calling the practice facility this year. So we're, the character progression, how you get better, is taking a little bit of a different turn. So we're going to have a practice facility. Looks beautiful, spectacular, tons of things to do out there, and full of mini games. I think we have, 15 or so mini games and a bunch of training challenges. This is where you get good at golf. So no longer do you get money to spend on your attributes. No, you know what? You got to go spend time in the practice facility and play some fun mini games and get better that way.
Cool. Do you want to take that hole again, or
we can go?
I guess you guys are obviously you're still early in development, mid development. Where are you guys right now?
We can take a look at the practice facility. Actually,
all right. That's what I was leading up to.
All right.
You don't mind?
I don't mind at all.
Oh well, you're in such a giving mood, and we're waiting for this to load. Can I ask about it now? Obviously, we're looking at the Xbox 360 version right now. Can you talk about any other versions of Tiger Woods? You just want to say,
namely,
we're excited to be working on the Wii kind of thing.
A certain Sony platform?
Or maybe the PlayStation 3, yes. It's the one after PlayStation 2.
We are on track to be a launch title for PS3.
Awesome.
It's, development is slightly behind where we are here. Sorry.
No problem. You fire up your menus there. I'm going to find some questions. So was Tiger Woods was it a launch for the 360, or was it like an early?
Tiger Woods was a launch title for the 360.
Have you learned anything from making an Xbox 360 launch game that you're putting into practice making a PlayStation 3 launch game? Or
it's hard work.
That's what I figured. Yeah,
it's hard work. It's not easy being a launch title. We did it last year. We're gonna, with 360, we're gonna do it again for PS3 this year, no doubt.
Cool. Are we at the practice facility?
We are at the practice facility.
Awesome.
So this is a mini game called Target to Target. You can see there's all sorts of stuff going on out here. You got water to worry about. You have a bunch of, I think we have 6 different greens out here. They're all tricked out, bunkers.
Windmills.
No windmills.
Clowns with the nose. No.
So this mini game is basically, my objective is to hit all these targets with a limited number of balls. So this is just one of, I think, like I said, 15 or so mini games. We're still working on them. We're still coming up with them. Cool. They're all going to be fun. It's going to be great.
Can I suggest a mini game, unless you've already thought of it? I'm sure you already have, where you get to bounce the ball in the club like Tiger. Or I like it. You just took that shot, by the way, looking at me.
The ball juggle?
Yeah. Can you do that in the game, or is that just going to be something we get to watch?
No, we'll think about that.
You just nailed that without looking at the game, by the way. I have to point that out. So we got the $100.
Occupational hazard.
We got the $100 right there. Tiger Woods is also known for its gigantic store.
Yes.
Which I keep reloading, so until the shoes I want are on sale for that certain day.
Right.
Is that back as well?
Our pro shop inventory, not apparel, clubs, you name it. I mean, we have golf apparel, Quicksilver. We're going. Basically, if it's cool, it's probably in there. If a golfer wears it, it's probably in there.
Nice, including like the Scottish guy stuff.
Yes, including the Scottish guy stuff. If you're into wearing a kilt out on the course, you can do that.
Awesome. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming by, Micah. Are we ready to move on to the show? I'm looking at our intrepid crowd. Yeah, you guys over there. Can we go to our next demo? All right, we're gonna keep playing some golf.
We're gonna keep playing some golf?
All right, just a little bit. Just hit one more shot for me here while I find another question.
I'm trying to hit a bullseye right here.
Can you talk about the Wii at all?
Not at this time, unfortunately.
Fine. You will soon, though? You can bring it by?
News will be coming shortly.
Oh, cool, good. All right, now they're ready for us over there. Okay. Thank you very much, Micah. The game
no
is
problem.
Tiger Woods
Thank
07 for the Xbox 360. It's coming out soon.
360?
Yeah.
August.
August? All right, that's soon.
No, not August. Sorry.
No?
No, it's actually...
afterwards?
It's coming out shortly.
I'll ask you later.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Micah. Moving on, Carrie, next demo. Take it away.
Demo Mania continues. I have with me Dale Jackson, executive producer over here, and he is brought by Madden for the 360. Now, you just had a kind of exciting, I just saw you on stage. I feel like I know you already.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. No, it was good. It was good. So let's just jump into it, and you can sort of explaining what's going on with Madden for the 360 this year, and what are the how have you improved the franchise, and what are your key, points going on right now?
Well, while I'm talking, Rod will be loading up franchise mode or NFL Superstar Hall of Fame mode. But one of the big features we've added this year is the run to daylight running game focus that we've had, and that's with lead blocking control, where you can take control of anyone on the offense and run blocking for that halfback or the fullback who's running the ball, trying to make the key blocks to free them and make a big run. That's a very fun, huge thing for us this year. Also, we have the highlight stick, where if you have a small back versus a big back, instead of just running over someone, now you'll try to slip tackles and avoid when you're using the highlight stick. So there's some big changes to the running game. The running game is very fun and very new this year. We also have added minicamp environment, where in the minicamp environment you go in and you use the drills in there to create your players' skills with strength, with bench press, and 40-yard dash to set your speed, things like that. You can also use it to rehab injured players during your franchise. So when someone gets injured, you want to get them back in the game. You take the time to take them back into the minicamp drills, run through some drills. Don't push them too hard because you might extend their injury rather than shortening it. So it's a really cool feature we have this year. And we also allow you to go through and do a lot of the drills that you're used to from the past, and some new ones to really hone your game skills so that you can go out and have a competitive edge over other people.
That's very cool. One of the things we were showing us is the run to daylight thing, where you could be like an offensive lineman. And so you play the whole game as an offensive lineman. Can you talk about that a little bit more?
Well, that's an NFL Superstar Hall of Fame mode. And you can choose to be any position in there. And you create that player, and you play as that player throughout the entire mode. And it's through completely new camera angles. If you're playing on defense, you'll be behind the middle linebacker on the defense. So you'll be seeing it from the game from his perspective. And there's all new moves for each of those player positions to play. And as you have success in the game, you gain influence, which you can then spend to build up the rest of your team, to build yourself up, or to challenge your opponent a little bit more on each of the plays.
So how does the game feel? Does it feel like a completely different game playing as an offensive lineman, or?
It absolutely feels like a completely different game playing like an offensive lineman. It actually feels like a different game playing as a quarterback. Everyone's used to playing the quarterback, dropping back and throwing the pass in Madden. But now when you drop back and throw the pass, the camera stays on you. You're the quarterback. You have to look downfield, at these little receivers that are way downfield and see if the guy caught the ball. See if you snaked it in between the safety and the DB. If you get sacked and you're laying there, you may not see whether your pass was complete or not. You'll have to look up just like everyone else and find out whether your pass was complete, because you're the quarterback.
Oh, very cool. Now, I guess it must present an interesting challenge for you guys when the action isn't happening directly to the player that you're using.
Absolutely. We wanted to make sure that there was always something for people to do, so we made it so you can go in and set the settings so that you can play when you're not on the field. You can play as the whole team just like you would in a normal Madden game. But we've also made it so that if you choose to play just your player and stay within that experience, which is really fun, that we've sped up the rest of the game when you're not on the field. So it plays about 1.5 times the normal speed. So you can just watch it really quickly play out, so you know what's going on, and jump back into your player when your guy's on the field.
Very cool. Now, since this is the Xbox 360 version that you've brought by, I'm going to ask you the question about achievement points. Have you made any changes to the achievement points this year? I just want to let you know I have 1,000 points.
Good, yeah. A lot of people seem to have 1,000 points, yeah.
So have you changed that? And maybe as a tangential question, designing the achievement points, what do you think about that? How has that been for you as a developer?
Well, it's pretty new for us last year, and obviously we made it a little bit too easy for everyone to get a lot of points. We did a lot of work on that this year, and it's going to be a lot tougher to just go in and achieve everything in the game. Our achievement points this year are really tied to our Madden gamer level as well. We're in our game, inside the game, there's thousands of achievements that you can do in every game mode, online, offline, franchise, mini games, every game mode that's in there, you're doing achievements. And your gamer level is going to be some of the things that you can do to achieve that. So to get to gamer level 50 in our game, you have to have played a lot of every mode of our game, and to unlock that achievement, you're probably not going to get your 1,000 points that quickly this year.
What are you talking about? I'm just awesome at Madden, I think is the actual answer. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just start asking questions from some of our readers or viewers. Points about the achievement points. Is there anything else like that you? How is the creative player going for you? Is there any changes to that, or?
The creative player, we have a creative player in there, and you can go in. You choose your face. You build up your player. You set a background. In NFL Superstar, you even go in and choose like your biographical information, your history, and choose your parents to get some DNA for what are the backgrounds of your parents? Was your father a coach? Your mother was a lawyer, and those are the things that kind of help determine what the foundation is that make you a great player in the NFL.
Very cool. Very true, I guess.
Yeah.
So my first question is from TZ from Rutherford. Can hurt players recover on their own without having to take them through the rehab? Or
Absolutely.
do you have to? Okay.
That's just like it was before. You have the choice as a coach to go out and say, I want to get him back in 4 weeks instead of 6. I'm going to go have him do some running, some bench press. And you watch his face when he's doing the drills. And if he starts grimacing, you have to back off a little bit because you may be hurting him and extending his injury rather than shortening it. And you get feedback at the end of every time you do one of those drills to see whether or not you've improved your scenario or worsened it. And you can decide whether you want to keep going with that or just let him heal on his own.
Well, by that token, some people were asking about the mini games that are available. Can you talk a bit more in detail, like maybe explain one of them, or?
Absolutely. Rod will probably get to some in just a minute as he's creating these players. Some of the newest ones are skill mini games where you have a bench press, which is where you set your strength when you're creating a player, and it's also one of the rehab drills. All new, all different positions. It's not just a simple thing you'll see. It's a really cool looking presentation of it, and it's all in our mini camp area. So there's one big environment where all your practice, all your drills, everything goes on. Very live environment with a lot of people around, a lot of things. So it's a very good immersive environment to do that stuff in. And you have the 40-yard dash, which is probably the most fun around the office because everyone can talk smack about how fast they ran the 40-yard dash, even though most of them just run the refrigerator most of the time.
Well, you said this is like one of the ways in which the if you push a player too hard, like so there are side effects if you don't do well at the mini games. I take it for your player. Are they only good or is it bad as well?
It's when you're creating a player, you obviously want to do as good as you can, but it's not. It's only the negative thing if you're an injured player and you're pushing them too hard.
Okay.
Otherwise, they're just drills to get you better at your skills and work on those type of things.
All right. So another question from Prambir Minhas from Edmonton. What is your favorite new feature in the game? Wants to know about you. So what is your favorite new feature?
I have two favorite new features.
Go for it.
I have the Madden Gamer level because I'm a guy who likes to check stuff off a list, and I like to just get all the, see how far I can get in a game and accomplish everything. I'm the guy who tries to find every secret and stuff. That's going to be a big thing for me to try to check off that whole list and show that 50 beside my name. And NFL Superstar is the coolest thing ever. I'll go through and I've already played it as a couple positions. When it comes out, I want to play, some of the other positions I haven't tried. Middle linebacker is my favorite position because you can get involved in a lot of the defensive plays. Really excited about that because it's a completely different way to play the game than we played it before. And I've been playing Madden for a long time, so it's nice to have a brand new way to play.
So regarding Superstar, you've mentioned a couple different positions. Greg Weber from Carmel wants to know, can you be any position at all? Like, could you be a punter?
Yes, you could, Greg. I would choose to go into the options and turn on playing when you're not on the field if you choose to be the punter, because you're going to be watching a lot of games as a punter, I have a feeling.
Devin Lord from Welland, Ontario wants to know, how customizable is the player creator? What exactly can you do with all of that?
Player creator is pretty customizable, especially since you're doing drills to set your stuff. You're not setting your attributes through sliders and numbers. But as far as look and feel, you're able to choose through heads and skin tones and all of that stuff to really give your player a look. And you're wearing an NFL uniform, so you're not going to be putting on Scottish kilt like we were just talking about in Tiger Woods earlier or anything like that.
Right.
But you'll be able to customize it and really define a look of your player.
Very cool. Are we getting into gameplay and show a little bit of what's going on?
Yeah. He was just showing some of the mini camp drills there, I think.
How good are the Redskins in this game?
How good are the Redskins?
How good are the Redskins? Hey. Hey.
I'm an Eagles fan. Sorry.
Oh, see, now you and I are going to have to go fight. So what are some of the other, how does the playbooks change? Have you made changes to the playbooks at all? Or?
So some great stuff there. The people are going to love the fact that now, for the first time ever, we have 32 individualized defensive playbooks. We have guys that sit at our office all year long. All they do is study films, overhead shots of every game that's played, capture every playbook, and we have 32 individual defensive playbooks that match what the teams do on the field on Sundays.
Not too shabby of a job, huh?
It's pretty cool, yeah. And these guys love it. They don't want anything else. That's what they love to do.
Oshaba from St. Louis, Missouri wants to know, how long can you take your creative player's career?
As long as you can keep them healthy and play. You hope you're Jerry Rice or one of those guys who can play for a long time, but it could be a really short career if you're injury prone and not that good. Your influence points can be used to help yourself be less injury prone and things like that as you gain influence during the game by having success on plays. And it's not just your success, it's your team's success. So it's your best interest to use your influence points to not only make you successful on plays, but to make your team successful as a whole.
Mark Overholt from Illinois, will there still be a passing cone style mechanic when you play the quarterback in first person during the Superstar mode?
If you choose to use it, it will be just like it was last year on the X360, where if you use the right analog stick, it will come on, but it won't be there if you choose to play it just like you used to play it.
So since we're talking about the 360 version, a lot of questions come in about the online. What are the different online modes available? How will we be able to interact with other people? Are there any specific Madden-centric, icons or wallpapers or anything like that? Or
There'll always be, just like last year, we had some desktop themes, the player icons. But there'll be a lot of other downloadable content this year as well. One of the things that we can talk about in the game is live opponent. You can, in any mode where you can play a game head-to-head, you can choose, instead of playing versus the computer, you can say, I want to go out and get a live opponent, and it'll go out and search for someone who wants to play that team against you right now. So if you're in your franchise, it's not challenging for you anymore because you're the Redskins and you've built them into a dynasty.
Yes.
You can go out and say, does anyone want to play the Redskins against me, or play the Eagles against me later on, and I can come in and spoil our franchise for you.
or that's what you'd like to think. You don't know what lengths I'll go to for achievement. I'm going to play your game until I have every achievement ever. Jacob Schumer, paying attention, Concord, California. What was that speed effect in the 40-yard dash? I saw it really fast, kind of. What was going on there?
That speed effect is when you get into a zone, when you're running, it slows down the camera and gives you that like motion blur on it. And what that's doing is it's extending the actual time that you're having to keep the control right, but it means that you're running a little bit faster. And that's, when you see that, that means you're getting the best times possible.
Oh, very cool. Andrew Pabon from Yorktown. Can you import players from NCAA 07?
Yes, draft class will be importable just like it always has been.
Fantastic. So, Mike Johnson from New York, we know the answer to this. We know one team that isn't the best team in the game. He wants to know what's the best team in the game. Apparently it's not the Redskins, for shame.
I can't tell you that. Everybody's going to have to figure that out on their own. Everybody's got their own strengths and weaknesses.
Okay. Susie from San Diego, let's pretend it's Susie Colbert, is asking, can you have female players in the NFL? Is there any, I mean, that sounds like a drastic change. It doesn't sound like something you would be.
Not right now.
So let's talk about the licensed characters, since you probably won't have any female players anytime soon. David Wickham from Benicia. How do you match players' attributes to the real players? I mean, you have some guys sitting around all day checking up stats and figuring out how that's going to work for the characters in the game? Or?
We do a lot of that. We have a great relationship with the NFL. We have a great relationship with ESPN. We have a great relationship with some coaches and assistant coaches. And we have guys who just study statistics and watch game tape and rate these players. So it's a big culmination of a lot of data coming together to figure out what these are, and a lot of feedback.
Very cool. Well, thank you so much for bringing the game on by. I'll let you get back to the big tent over there. And
great.
I appreciate you having by. And thanks.
Wow, look at the success Rod's having there. Look at all the influence he just
Thanks,
gave.
Rod, for being the silent demo doer over there. When can we expect Madden? There was a date, right?
August 22nd. Get in line now.
I should say so. Thanks again so much. Back to Rich. What's going on over there, Rich?
Carrie, I think the question you really meant to ask was, how do you not give Tom Brady and all the New England Patriots 100s across the board? I don't know if you were stealing my Madden demo, but right now I'm joined by two GameSpot editors we have down here covering the event, Jason O'Cameron, Greg Mueller. Thanks for joining us, fellas.
Hey, Rich.
I'm sure you're busy writing up the games you've gotten to play, but we wanted to hear from you. We want to let some of our people watching fire some questions at you. Now, the first question I have, though, is Carrie got to mention it briefly at the top of the show. You guys got to see the demo. You got to see some Team Fortress 2, some Portal. Tell us a little bit more about it. Jason, you look like you're about to burst out of your seat. We'll start with you.
You know, Gabe Newell shows up, drops some bombshells on us. I mean, it's not just about Half-Life 2 Episode 2, and then Half-Life 2 coming to everything, like the PS3 and the Xbox 360. Episode 2 will also ship with 2 separate games, in addition to the regular Half-Life 2 game. There's this cool new game called Portals. It's kind of the puzzle game that takes advantage of the Source engine, and it's all about using a gun that opens up dimensional portals. So if you're in a room and you need to get to the other side and there's a big chasm, you shoot a portal open on the other side, you shoot a portal on your side, and you just walk through the portal, and you'll emerge on the other side of the room, and in fact you kind of see the tail end of your leg kind of going through the portal. And that's just the most basic example. It gets crazier upon that. They had this really cool video where they kind of describe, it's kind of like one of those instructional videos, like, in case of fire, please do this. Well, they started diagramming all the crazy things you'll be able to do. Pretty soon, it's almost one of those, like, Escher paintings, or where it's all, you don't know what dimensions you're in, because you can set up a situation where you're falling pretty much endlessly, or you can chase yourself around in a circle, and you just see the back of yourself while you're it's crazy.
Can you spirit walk at all? I guess
we'll see about that. And then the huge bombshell, of course, is Team Fortress 2. And if you knew anything about Team Fortress 2, it was this great multiplayer game. It was kind of Battlefield before Battlefield, and it was supposed to follow up Half-Life. And Valve was working on it. I used to see it way back in the day when they showed it off in like '98, and then it just disappeared, and like they never spoke of it again. And now it's back. It looks like almost like a Pixar movie. They're really going for a kind of this animated look to it. The source engine has been completely redone, so it just looks so kind of cool and over the top and different. And I can't wait. I mean, that's just a bombshell.
We need to see this.
Yes, we'll work on it. We're working on it. Yeah.
All right, cool. Greg Mueller, were you excited about Team Fortress 2 and some Portal?
Yeah. Actually, I was really excited about Half-Life 2 coming to the Xbox 360. That's pretty cool because, I didn't play it much on the PC and I missed out on Episode 1. So now I can pick up one package, have Half-Life 2, have Episode 1, Episode 2, Portal, Team Fortress 2, all in one package. It's pretty cool.
Did they give any hints as to when that was going to come out, or?
I don't think they did.
They just basically said we'll talk about it more through the fall.
Okay,
yeah.
So they're not putting a release date on it that they might have to miss later, or?
No, nothing yet. I mean, considering it's a PS3, it'll be simultaneously on all 3 platforms. Obviously, it's going to be sometime after the PS3 ships.
Exactly.
Cool. What other games have you guys seen so far? You've just been jumping up and down, excited about those?
Well, I've been actually helping out Brian Eckberg, our sports editor. Of course, EA. He's just slammed with about 1 million games. So I took the write-ups for Madden on the Wii. There was a big stage demonstration for that. It looked pretty cool. They showed off some of the motions and stuff. Played Madden on the PSP. And again, it looks pretty cool. What can you say about football?
Yeah. I think I'm going to let you guys get back to writing. Thanks for coming by.
All right.
Appreciate it. Right now, we're going to kick it right back over to Carrie, and she has, I believe, a demo of The Godfather on the Xbox 360. Prove me wrong, Carrie.
I can't prove you wrong.
Yes!
I have a demo of The Godfather. That's right. I also have Joel Wade, producer on The Godfather.
That's right.
And this is the Xbox 360 version. I'm glad to have you here. How's it going over there in the big tent?
It's fantastic.
I don't even know what it is. I'm just calling it a big tent.
No, it's wonderful. It's air conditioned. That's all good.
It's not air conditioned here.
Not so much.
My apologies. So let's just jump right into it. This is a 360 version. For people who haven't played The Godfather yet, just give us a little setup for it.
Right. So one of the things with The Godfather is what we're doing is we're taking the fiction of the story and the film, and we're letting you work your way up through the Corleone family. So your story is not the story of The Godfather, but your story intersects the famous moments that you know and love. So one of the new features we're really excited about this year is the crew. So instead of just being sort of a lone wolf, this time I've actually hired a crew member, and I'm going to go find a business to extort.
And when you say new, you mean new to this version?
New to the 360, exactly. We've had the time to punch in a bunch of new mechanics, a bunch of new polish items we wanted, plus we added what we consider about 30% new mission content. So there's 4 full new missions, there's a whole new favor system, so it's pretty exciting. It's actually, beyond just the graphical upgrades, it's really like an expansion pack for The Godfather as well.
So let's get into depth. Let's start talking about some of these mechanics. Crew. Right. What is the crew?
Well, I'm going to go show you. Where one of the things that separates us as a game is our extortion mechanic. That's where you get to actually visit over 100 businesses in the game and actually flip them to be for the Corleone family. So here I'm going to get out and I'm going to visit this butcher in Brooklyn, and of course I'm taking my handy crew with me. We've got some Barzinis guarding outside, but I'm going to go in and talk to this guy anyway.
I know you. Don't make me call the cops.
So he doesn't want to see me. This guy obviously needs a little pressure. I'm going to start by just talking to him. The key is every merchant has a different weak spot, right?
How do you know what it is?
Well, that's part of the game in this sense. And also, unlike other games where you're just trying to kill everybody, here you're actually trying to get as much money as you can, right? A dead man cannot give you a cut of his profits. So here I'm just going to take a bottle off his shelf, see how he likes it if I throw it at him.
Oh, I don't think he's going to like that.
He's not a big fan. Well, let's try a little more muscle.
Now, how do you know when you've gotten him over to your side?
So you can actually see that he has a pressure meter up in the upper left-hand corner. Oh, but the Barzinis outside are not too happy about this. So my crew's going to come and help me attack these guys. You'll see our interior-exterior game is completely seamless. There's no load zone. You don't have to wait for that. Here I'm going to try to get an execute on this guy.
So this could go down any number of ways.
Absolutely.
Like you could have not pushed him to the limit, and then there wouldn't be this whole mess with your crew outside.
That's right.
And how does that work? So how good is your crew? Like, what does it depend on? Do you have to find the best guys? How do you get the best guys?
As you rise up through the ranks, you actually given the opportunity to hire better and better guys. So here we've taken care of the Barzinis that were guarding this place. Now I'm actually going to try to threaten him in different ways. Try pointing a gun at him, see if he doesn't like that. I'm going to take a bat, see if he likes me destroying. Well, you know, sometimes you got to apply force in certain ways. You got to convince people.
So do you just get frustrated and just kill the dude after a while?
You can. I have a feeling that I'm going to be able to pressure this guy. I'm sort of last resort. I'm going to take the Tommy gun to his merchandise, see how he feels about that. And it looks like I've just got him over.
Nice.
So,
nice.
Put my gun away.
How are you going to get a cut of all those profits if you destroyed all the merchandise?
Exactly.
Does that actually have an impact on the game if you destroy the merchandise? Will that?
No, it's all good fun. You get to destroy as much as you want.
Nice. Very good.
So now I flipped him over to my side. Whoops, someone else has come in, messing in with my crew. Just didn't catch him there.
Oh.
So I'll just take care of him.
So now you said there's a new favor system as well, or is like updated, you know. So how does that work?
That's right. So instead of just flipping all these businesses, sometimes as you flip them, you actually have to maintain them for the family. So someone might actually ask you to do something for them. A little mini side mission, if you will, sort of a favor for the merchants. It also lets you do things for the family and interact with some of the main characters from the movie, like Don Vito and Sonny and Tom Hagen, a little more often than you were able to previously.
And you also said there's 4 new missions. So
That's right.
How are they? Are they different than the other missions in the game, or how? What are they? Tell us what they all are right now, please.
Well, essentially, we're filling in some of the gaps that there were in the story in the previous missions. So, for instance, an example, when Tom Hagen got kidnapped, you didn't really know what happened. He just kind of reappeared. Mm-hmm. Now you get to be the guy that goes and rescues Tom Hagen from Salazzo. Similarly, we're really pushing for the fans of the fiction, the Salazzo drug story, where Salazzo was bringing drugs into New York City and the Corleones were very against it. So you actually get to blow up his drug warehouse and a bunch of fronts for him.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's fun. The Corleone compound gets attacked. And one of the new features we're very excited about is that the crew can actually shoot out of the car for you, and you can just take out guys left and right with sort of drive-bys.
Well, I'm going to ask a couple questions. They're coming in right now. Just one question from Brent Miller here from Gladewater, Texas. How many crew members can you recruit?
You can recruit one at a time, but as your character rises in the ranks, we sort of have a mini RPG element where you go from an underboss all the way up to, theoretically, the Don of New York. You can hire different ranks. So you start with outsiders and associates, and then you can start picking up capos, underbosses, the really tough guys.
And finally, the most important question of all, everyone who's been watching will know that I'm going to ask this, but Cameron Laprinto has jumped me to the punch from Davie, Florida. What are some of the achievements in The Godfather?
Well, we have a very balanced achievement level.
You don't have to say,
you don't have the specifics, but there are achievements for very different things you can do. There's some easy ones at the beginning, and then there's some very hard ones to get. But you will get the full amount of Microsoft points that we are allowed to give them by playing through the game.
Nice. That's what I wanted to hear. That's all I wanted to hear. All right. And when can we expect this game to come out?
9/19, September 19th.
9/19. All right. Well, thank you so much for bringing us by.
Absolutely. Glad to be here.
Thank you.
Thanks.
And now on to Rich with another demo.
Now, Carrie, you may have stolen my Madden demo.
I know, you stole my Need for Speed demo.
I'm stealing your Need for Speed Carbon demo. Hello, Steve Anthony. How you doing, sir?
Good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Welcome. I have to put it out there. I have to let you know what kind of phenomenon Need for Speed Most Wanted became around this office. Mainly due to the awesomeness that is Razor Callahan.
Nice.
Razor
Nice.
Callahan. $5 grand.
$5 grand.
Yes. So before we start grilling you about all the stuff you won't be able to answer for me about, like, is Razor Callahan back or anything like that,
yes.
Let's talk about the game. Let's jump into a race. What is Need for Speed Carbon?
So Need for Speed Carbon this year, it's really an epic street racing battle for control of the city, where ultimately you prove yourself by surviving in the canyons. So what you do is essentially you're going to start off the game, you're going to go in and pick one of the 3 car classes, and you're essentially going to go and pick one of the 3 car classes and basically start building out your crew that way. So what you do is you go in, obviously, so I'm going to start off, and
obviously you got to go muscle. Now the three classes are muscle, we got exotic, and we got tuner.
Yes.
Muscle, obviously the way to go. As the end of Fast and Furious Tokyo Drift taught us, nothing beats American muscle when you're racing down, a canyon or a reservoir or a mountain or something.
No, exactly.
Obviously.
Exactly.
Yes.
So what we did, one of the key things we've done is this year is we've really tried to differentiate the physics between the 3 car classes by putting a lot of work into really differentiating them through how they handle and how you drive them. So each of the cars this year is basically tuned specifically to match that style in real life. So muscle's a little heavier, you have a lot more drift.
Right.
Tuner cars basically are a little dartier, a little faster, and then obviously with the exotics, you got the top end speed that you need to control as you go through the game.
Cool. And when you're going through the game, you're not going through alone anymore. You're going to have a crew.
You're going to have a crew basically that once you picked your car class, you're going to go in, you're going to start with 1 crew member. And basically the crew that you choose, basically they have both an in-game and an out-of-game attribute that they bring with you. So the in-game attribute is really along the lines of a NOS or a speed breaker. It's kind of a strategy more than anything else that the player basically can choose at a point during the race they want to bring them in. And then the out-of-race attributes are really tied to kind of the core tenets of the franchise. So visual customization with the fabricator, and you've got the mechanic for performance, and then you've got the fixer for the cop experience.
And it looks like you're on, is this part of the fabrication right here?
This is part of the fabrication. Sculpting? So what I'm going to show you now is basically what we think is going to revolutionize kind of customization within the racing genre. So basically what we've done is we've taken what we've offered in the past in terms of a body kit for the car, and we've allowed the users to go in and actually sculpt their car how they like. So there's no more kits, there's just a base kit, and basically we give it to the users and we allow them to auto-sculpt their car in a variety of different ways. Each of the car classes has a different kit, so for a muscle you'll be able to do some outlandish stuff. Go right in and tune everything from exhaust tips to your roof scoop and all that kind of stuff. Whereas if you go to an exotic, it's more subdued because that's really the way people do it. So the hood, for instance, on the muscle, you can really do some cool stuff. So we'll bring out the blower here in a second.
Awesome.
We're gonna raise up the hood a little bit.
Yes.
Put some grills in the front there.
Yes. When do you make it look like the Hulk is trying to burst out of the doors and stuff?
Yeah, exactly.
Is that in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll go and we'll lower the chop top here. Get that down, and then we'll go and we'll fix up the wheels here by sculpting them.
The shoes.
This we think is really going to blow the lid off the customization. Like I say, I think our consumers expect us to lead the way on customization. I think we're going to deliver again this year with
Is this going to be available across all platforms?
This is going to be on all platforms, the same depth across all of them, and basically the users can go in and sculpt to their heart's delight and go up against their rivals. So
well, let's go up against some rivals here.
So yeah, we've done it. So we're going to go in, and then the first thing I'm going to show you is basically one of our circuit races, and I'm going to have my blocker with me. So your blocker's job is basically he's going to go out and at your command kind of take out the guys in front of you or take out the guys behind you. Like I say, he's built on a charge, and you can't use him all the time. So it's basically a strategy the player can use to kind of give him an
So he's like
advantage.
the pickup truck for Zachary Ty Bryan when they're racing through the housing development. You're saying?
Yes, essentially.
I appreciate
yes.
you have seen Tokyo Drift.
I have.
Also
yeah.
taking the office by storm right now.
Yes. It took our office by storm, obviously, with for good reason too. So.
Well, while we're waiting for the race to load, all right, tell me, Razor Callahan. Yes, tell me he's in the game.
Razor Callahan is not back in the game.
Oh no!
We do have some returning characters from Most
I bet
Wanted,
you guys
but,
have someone just as amazing taking his place, though.
We have some good characters coming back from last year's game. So there is a good tie-in from last year. So basically, we pick up the story as you've left Rockport.
Cool.
And you're returning to a town where something kind of happened a few years ago. And you're basically going to go and try and figure out what that is. So
very nice. Now, are we allowed to like trust IMDb? Like Sergeant Cross, is he back or?
I can actually confirm that Sergeant Cross is back.
Because IMDb has led us astray before. I think it once told us that like Dave Chappelle was in Metal Gear 3 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. In this case, the Cross is back.
Awesome.
He's making a return to the series. So.
All right, so you're to race.
So here we go. So first thing to point out is we got 8 cars on Next Gen this year. So we've added some more guys to race against. So what you're going to see my crew member who's basically, let's see where he is. He's somewhere around here. So there's my target. My crew guys are racing beside me in the top left of the screen. What you're going to see is basically your charge bar. So he becomes available, and when he does, I'll be able to go out and ask him to go and block someone for me.
So since it turned green right there?
Yep, so he's now ready to go, and we'll send him out and see if he can catch him. So it's all based off our real runtime AI. So there's no scripting, so he's not always successful, which is part of it, and when he is, he'll do some pretty cool maneuvers. So.
Now, when you roll through your crew, it's all about you're trying to like grab territory.
Exactly. So picture the game of Risk, and that's essentially what you're doing.
With cars.
Yeah, with cars. You're basically going out, and you're basically racing for control of the city, and kind of one block at a time.
And after you get that block, it's not yours all of a sudden. That's when Carbon comes in.
That's when Carbon comes in,
Canyon.
and you head out to the canyons, and basically you got to go prove yourself kind of in the most dangerous form of racing that we could find. So we did a lot of research, we looked at the culture, we looked at where everything was going these days, and canyon racing is kind of the new hot thing within the culture. And we always like to lead instead of follow, and this is kind of where we're going this year. And so we built a great new mode around that that we're going to show you too in a second.
Now, when I heard all about this Need for Speed Carbon that's named after canyon, this canyon racing, I thought that just meant it was all going to be canyon racing. But no, the city is back. And it looks huge.
The city is back. It's about the same size as last year's city, and we've obviously added on the canyon tracks, which are loaded tracks. Allows us to do a little bit more polish and that kind of thing because we're not streaming them in. And then there's the drift tracks as well to add on to that. So it's a big world again. I don't know the exact kilometers or miles right off the top of my head, but it's equivalent, if not bigger, than last year's world.
Cool.
So there'll be lots of exploring to be done, lots of racing to be done.
Can you jump into a canyon race, or do you have to?
I can.
Yeah,
no, I can definitely do that. So let me back out of here and
no problem.
Jump into a canyon.
Now we are watching the Xbox 360 version right now.
We are looking at the 360 right now.
Can you tell us anything about any other versions while we have you here?
I can tell you we're going to be out on both the other next-gen platforms, the Wii and the PS3.
Yes, those ones.
So we just kind of gave a first sneak peek today at the PS3. We're just up and running now. We're just kind of scratching the surface. Obviously, the 360, we've had about a year and a bit's development time on it. So it's looking polished, and we're starting to really kind of get it to where it's starting to sing. And we're hoping to do the same with the PS3 once we get in there and we start playing around with what it offers us. So.
Can you give us some details, like maybe about like the Wii version? You do anything crazy?
We're gonna do a controller design specific to the Wii. We've already started working on the design. Outside of that, it's going to have a feature set that does not equal completely what the other two platforms are, but it'll have a greater offering than the current gen. It's kind of in between the other two platforms. But what we've seen so far, we're pretty excited about. I think the controller design offers a really unique, new kind of way of looking at gaming generally.
Right.
We've seen, I had the privilege of playing some of the other games out there, and it's very cool. It brings a whole new element to how you kind of look at games, and you think about game design and specifically the controller and physics attached to that.
Nice. Well, we all can't wait to get our hands on it. Let's see a canyon race, though.
So this is a canyon race. I'm basically taking on my rival Kenji here. He's one of the bosses of the city, and so what's going to happen is we're going to start it up here. I'm basically on the first leg chasing him down. The top right hand of the screen there is basically how close I am to his car. I'm going to start rolling up the points. Basically what I'm trying to do is either stay as close as I can to him or actually pass him and win the race. So there's a couple sudden death and sudden win conditions built around passing or being passed. And
that was my question. If you I know you're supposed to follow as close as you can, but if you actually
can pass them, that's great. It's pretty tricky though. Obviously, with the road being so windy and tight, it makes it very difficult to.
If you can prove that he's just another bolt-on wonder boy looking to get smoked.
Yes, basically a bolt-on wonder boy. Yes.
Cool.
So he's basically pulled ahead here, and I'm not doing a great job of driving.
That's what you're talking. As you know, we had you on. We had you on our live at EA show last year with SSX, and we're really putting you to the test. But we do have direct feed HD footage of a canyon race on our site right now, which everyone can watch. So basically, the way it works is you first start behind, and then you race.
You first start behind. You're basically trying to roll your points up and get as many as you can, and then you're going to have to go and defend your points against him. And the same mechanic applies. He's going to be right on you and trying to push you as far as you can go. And basically, you're trying to drive as fast as you can down these dangerous roads. You got conditions like that where you go right over the edge, and it's all over. So it's really all about racing on the edge and trying to keep control, but trying to push yourself to kind of do better and better, obviously.
Very cool. Well, we're going to let you get back to the rest of the show here. The game is Need for Speed Carbon. When's it coming out?
It's coming out in November of this year. So
nice.
Look forward to
all
bringing
platforms.
It's pretty much on everything. The list off the top of my head is probably too long for you guys, but it's basically hitting all the platforms in November this year.
All right, cool. So last question then. In the vein of Need for Speed Most Wanted, are the cutscenes, are there more of them this year? Are they still that awesome street racing camp, or are they a little more dramatic? What we got?
It's we brought back the same director, same street racing camp, if that's the way you describe it.
Yes.
And what we're trying to do is basically spread it out through the career a bit more, so there's a bit more pacing to it. But you can expect the same type of FMV footage this year in the game.
Well, thank you very much, Steve.
Awesome.
You
Thank
are welcome to come back to On the Spot anytime.
I'd love to. Yeah.
I appreciate it. And standing by right now is actually Ryan McDonald with someone who appears in Need for Speed Carbon. Am I right, Ryan?
That is correct, sir. I'm with a genuine celebrity. I have Emmanuel Vauger. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing really good. Now, folks that watch the show obviously know I did the Battlefield 2142 demo a little while ago, and you're probably wondering, oh, Ryan's going to come around the desk for Emmanuel, right? I'm a huge fan of Smallville, so if you haven't seen Smallville, Emmanuel was on there a few times, so when everybody heard she was coming in, he's like, oh, Ryan's got to do the demo. So, but we're here to talk about little Need for Speed Carbon and the cutscenes that you're in. You want to tell us about the role you play and how it all was working with EA?
Yes, I play Nikki, who is essentially the player's girlfriend, and the player disappears or the hero disappears for about 5 years and comes back, and everybody's sort of pissed off, and especially me. I don't know, he just vanished out of nowhere and with all this money, and everybody thinks he stole this money, and he's back to sort of reclaim his reputation, and he asks me for help, and I reluctantly agree to help him. So throughout the game, I'm part of his crew, and every time he gains a new territory or conquers a new territory, it reveals a little piece of the story of what actually happened on the fateful night. And the end of the game, obviously, after every level, there's a piece of the story, of the puzzle, so to speak, that gets revealed, and by the end of the game, you find out what really happened.
Now, the cutscenes, if Jeff Gershman was here, he would tell us that the cutscenes in the last Need for Speed game were a little over the top, a little funny in a way. Now, this one's much more serious, right?
This one's much more real. Last year's was a little more cartoonish and over the top, like you said, and that was what they were going for. This year, they wanted to go for a much more realistic approach and steer away from that a little bit. So hopefully, we achieved that, or who knows, maybe we didn't.
Lots of green screen working? Or?
A lot of green screen. We did about a week of green screen work, and which is very, very tedious and sort of challenging, just because it's your green screen. There's nothing around you for you to identify with. There's, your imaginary car, which is a little X on the green X on the green screen. So, and you're getting in and out of imaginary cars. So everything has to be very precise, and it was quite the process, but it was very interesting, and it was a great challenge and a great opportunity.
Now, you are currently on television right now, correct?
Yes.
And what is it again called?
2.5 Men.
2.5 Men, and that's with Charlie
Sheen.
Thank
yes.
you. Now, how is it, compared to working on television compared to the stuff they're doing in games? Is it just the same thing, or is it different?
It's different in the sense that, especially for the video game thing, where you're talking to a player and to somebody that isn't there, it's difficult the challenge is to maintain that emotional connection without feeling false, or like you're sort of just giving a speech, and so that the player feels like they're involved, and as much as you can keep that life alive, that part of it alive is really important. So that's a big challenge.
That's awesome. Now back to Smallville. So your character jumped out of a plane.
I don't know. I'm guessing she had a parachute.
You're like the awesomest, evilest, awesomest character ever on that show.
The evilest, wow.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, totally.
I had a blast doing that show. It was a lot of fun.
Right on. So, as your experience in Need for Speed Carbon, do you think you're going to do more video game stuff?
Absolutely, I would love to. I mean, working with EA was amazing, and I feel like I was paid to just sort of play and have fun. So, and it's like I come here and it's like a playground in itself, and it's like today's been sort of like just really fun. Video games set up everywhere. It's like, wow, I'm in a playground.
Now, you were talking just a little while ago, you had been playing some Madden, some Fight Night, so you actually get your hands on this stuff.
I get it, yeah. It's now all set up at my house, and I'm on the road to becoming a gamer, hopefully a good one.
That's awesome. That's totally awesome. So, Need for Speed Carbon, you're throughout the whole game.
Yes.
Is there any other folks in there with you that we would know? Or?
I don't remember them. No. Who? No. I'm not sure if you would know them. A gentleman by the name of Tomo. Mm-hmm. There's a Japanese singer actually, Melody, that is in the game, and there's quite a large cast actually. So
I'm going to share one of the funnest things we get to do on the show is take questions from the audience, and you can see some of these people are saying that I'm pretty lucky to be standing here with you. And there's actually a bunch of people just shouting out Smallville.
That's awesome.
So yeah, that's a good question. Are you going to go back in Smallville, you think?
I would like to go back. I keep seeing people from some of the producers from the show and stuff like on flights and things like that. I'm like, come on, I can come back. Helen can come back.
There's a couple people. Are you by any chance a character in the game that they actually get to interact with at all besides just the cutscenes, or?
Yeah, I'm in the car with them. I talk to them. I got and as you're racing, I'll warn you, like as a crew member, I warn them about sort of like car on your left, or like speed up, or you can do this. I'm supportive throughout the whole thing. Or if they start doing donuts and doing stupid things, then I get mad and I'll go off radio and leave them alone for a little bit until they smarten up. That kind of stuff.
That's awesome. Well, I think we're about out of time, and thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you.
I do hope to see you in Smallville again, and I think I'm going to throw it back to Rich over there, so take it away.
Thank you, Ryan. Man, Carrie Goosecoast, this has been quite the show.
It's been a crazy show.
It's been like a 2-hour show.
The worst part of the show was the part where I sat down and tried to play Need for Speed, and then you yanked it away from me.
Steve Anthony is a busy man, and he had to go. He needed his build.
Well, I'm going to go play it right now.
That might still be EA's Xbox 360, though.
No, they took it.
Oh, they
it's gone.
did?
I'm holding a controller attached to nothing.
Oh, God, I'm sorry. We saw some great games today.
We saw a lot of games
I stole your Need for Speed demo.
I stole your Madden demo.
It's great. We got to see some Battlefield 2042.
It's about time someone talked about the Redskins instead of the damn Patriots on the
Whatever. Me and Alex, we're gonna represent the Patriots. We're gonna let Ryan McDonald pull up a microphone here as well, as we try to squeeze just a few more minutes here. Because if it's going to be, an hour and 56-minute show, why not an hour and 58-minute show?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just want to say about that last demo. I could have done that demo.
You could have, yeah.
But I said to myself, Ryan McDonald used to do On the Spot.
Yeah.
He should do it more. It has nothing to do with my fear of standing next to beautiful, skinny women at all.
Sure.
So, good job on that demo.
That's because Ryan McDonald is a gigantic Smallville fan, aren't you, Ryan?
I am a huge Smallville fan.
How did that go talking to your hero?
It was awesome.
Yeah.
She was like, she was great. She was just like she seems on the show, except her character is awesomely evil.
Yeah.
So, but yeah.
Awesomely gone.
Oh, well, she could come back. She jumped out of a plane.
Come back.
She's so evil. She was jacking Lex Luthor. She left him in a plane that was going to crash. And
I remember. That's when you made me watch that show.
It's like all J.D. Salinger style. Just poof.
I like how we can tell with the sun coming through the window here that it is way late in the day.
Yes, sir.
That we should be moving on. So let's run down all the games we've seen today. Battlefield 2042, NASCAR 07, NCAA Football, NHL 07, which, by the way, I could have probably played for as long as you could have talked to the girl from Smallville, NFL Street 3, Tiger Woods 07, Madden 07, The Godfather, and Need for Speed Carbon. That's a full show.
That is a really good show.
Yeah.
Well, a show with Cross in it, too.
Exactly. But how about no Razor Callahan?
That's upsetting.
But then he'll just be forever immortalized in this role.
They'll bring him back.
Oh, they can bring back, yeah. Because they can,
The one thing I gotta say, since I'm usually behind the scenes nowadays, is the real show was almost behind the scenes with all the awesomeness that was happening. There was a couple little things, but you guys did great out here.
You guys did great back there.
You guys did really good. I was like half a demo standing there with Dave Toole underneath there.
There was that poor guy.
Don't give away the secrets.
Sorry.
You're pulling back the curtain and everything.
I wanted to give Dave Toole his props, man.
Well, let's give everyone props for helping. Dave Toole, Jan here, Werner Goff, Takeshi Hirooka.
You're just looking at them.
DJ Mayberry, Frank Adams.
Lifesaver of all.
Is that mention everyone?
Frank Adams.
Again. I don't think we mentioned Frank Adams enough.
Frank Adams
did a great job.
He's the greatest.
If there's a water waiting for me when this is over, that's great. All right.
Excellent.
We didn't give away any copies of games we thought we were going to. We're going to track down some EA folks.
Yes.
If they have any games they can give away later. But if you want an empty EA brand water bottle.
Empty? Did you say empty?
I'm going to finish it. But if you want an EA water bottle, we have a whole bunch of these. Just use the question form, GameSpot paid subscribers. Pick A and question 3. If you pick question 3 and A right now, and we will give away as many EA water bottles as we can find.
Wait, are they going to be empty or full?
We'll probably find some of each.
Okay.
That'd be awesome.
I'm going to go drink some water.
Question 3, A, submit, and the first X amount of people, X equaling the number of water bottles we can fit in our stuff, you will get an EA brand water bottle.
The other thing that they should look out for is after the show, certainly over the next couple of days, you guys should look for some other stuff that we're actually gathering right now. There's a whole crew of other GameSpot guys out there that are they're basically picking up HD video, all kinds of fun stuff, and that'll be on the site.
Cool. Well, let's finish the show. I want to hit that 2-hour mark. We hit it. Ryan McDonald, thank you very much. Kira Guskos, thank you very much.
Thank you, man.
I'd like to thank the editors for coming by. Of course, we'd like to thank EA for having us. This
And
has
you,
been
the viewer.
yes, all of you for watching. This has been a great show. We will catch you next Thursday back home on the spot. Woo! Let's get out of here.